find out who's doing what and why. I see the group of people amongst this crowd over here, and I'm praying it's a crowd that she's accumulated or he accumulated. Stop pulling me. Slow down. Thank you. I'm trying to rush to go somewhere. You don't know where you're going. See, it's amazing how food attracts the homeless people. But it's got to be a delivered message that'll give them an ending. Because I'm really tired of seeing just this without the justice. People that are more than likely had to come over here may have been in and out through this line. But I'm pretty sure this is a lady that I given a business card to a while ago. And I need to reiterate it to her on the mission that I'm doing. And this is not it. I'm tired of seeing people line up like my dog to get something to eat. Sit. Excuse me there, dear. Who is in full operations?
Jackie.
She runs the CEO. Sit. King. Sit down, King. Sit. I said sit.
Jackie.
Sit. Thank you.
This gentleman.
Hi, Miss Jackie.
Hello.
I think we met before.
Yes.
Okay, I've been still trying to wait for your call. I always wait on people to call before I have to ask them again.
Honestly, I have been in nonstop events and activities and fundraisers and all that. I haven't really been just sitting around. So
I didn't say you're sitting around.
Yeah. So,
I'll sit around.
Yeah.
Me, honestly, I just sit around and watch them all day because I know what they need past this. That's why I want to talk. We can talk now because I'm live on Guys We'll Talk TV, just so you know. Okay.
Preferably, brother, can I finish the mission that God has me on right now?
If you'll call me.
Brother, you got to listen to the Holy Spirit, brother. We're in the middle of
Okay, once again, that's the last try to talk.
Thank you.
Other than that, these are my people. I live out here. That's why my bigger concern.
I understand, brother.
Okay, I hope you do.
Brother, please.
Brother, please. I'm still filming, doing what I'm doing. That has nothing to do with you at this point. At this point, sister.
I didn't want to be filmed.
That's your problem. God bless you. Yeah, I'm filming my people. I ain't filming you. I'm talking to my people. Many of them know me. So what, am I supposed to talk to them because they're in line? Think about it.
I feel like you're letting the devil have his way. Can we please finish ministry and not be in the
Is that stopping you from doing your ministry? Man, what's wrong with you?
God bless you guys. Thank you for coming out. We're going to hit that up.
Oh, King, sit down. Sit. This is when person has a one-track mind for their own form of a ministry. You want to selfishly hold back people. Hold on a minute. Say that, triple OG. Say that, triple OG. Why you rolling around so fast? Have a seat. Sit. I'm praying. See, I was praying that a couple of my people that I told today I'm going to City Hall would have been in this line. But today is the day that I'm going up in there and I'm laying down everything from the cross on them so they can stop this. I'm tired of seeing y'all getting fed like a dog. I'm tired. I mean, it's a beautiful thing. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not even saying you because you got what you got. But look at the rest. They really ain't got this. You got your shit. I already know you. But you see this shit every day. I got a solution to end it. And that's what I'm brought to the table. That's what I was doing, talking to my homeless family all day today, passing out my little business card, giving them a little weed, just giving them a boost and know that I'm on their side for real though. You know, I got like 3 or 4 more pounds there to pass out because I need to know it's more than just a meal. Shit, y'all eat all day. For real. I know homeless people get $10 at the minimum a day, and that's $1 million a day off of 100,000. Easy. No, it is on that count. So it's getting all that form into business.
Put it by break it down right there.
All right, so
I just put it right there.
ladies out here that may need clothes or anybody wanting emergency blanket, that is time for that.
See, that's it. Stop, King. You ain't gonna play with everybody you want to. Think that puppy wants you? He don't want you, see? He's walking away from you, King. See, he's walking away. He's saying no. Thank you. He ain't coming to you. Leave him alone. Because when you don't want somebody, when a dog goes, woof, then you get nervous. See, look. Woof. Uh-huh, now what? Now you're scared, see? That was me. So I got to go over here and check out things, King, because I don't like a dead spirit, and that's what that lady was. Sit, stop, stop, sit, 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 sit. Thank you. Pulling the heck out of my hand with the stupid wire. So knowing that the Spirit of God has brought in this lady to come out, she feeds a decent little meal. She's talked some organization into giving out some, I think, Philly steak sandwiches. She knows exactly who I am. So to say it's really up to God to have people call me, that's a bold-faced lie. You got a right to call whoever you want to. But if you run a background check or whatever, you try to judge a person and you assume or whatever it means you don't want to work with them because you got your own selfish area to where you want your nonprofit, you want to get everything going. I got 4 nonprofits and I ain't got no money and I ain't worried about it overall. I know how I can get to this money. And it's with that group of people that was sitting in the line trying to go up there like an old school slave, like get a dog meal. And, everybody in the park eating a burger and then they all looking at her like she's queen somebody just because you feed somebody. That don't make it. That don't make it. That's not all God wants. And I guarantee you, I gave her my card for the second time. She won't call, and I'll disrupt everything that she tries to do because it's going to get past her. Because I'm working past her thought of just feeding some damn body. We'll feed these fools. They do make $1 million themselves, and they don't know how to pull that together. That's their damn fault. But you figure 10 of them can get $10 a day. That's $100 a day. That's eating too good for 10 damn people. Please. You kidding me? That's slabs of this and steaks and shit, whatever. Man, please knock it off. So it's not the thought of the homeless. These are not people in a distant country to where they go to a trash can, damn it, and they can't find no food in it. Okay? My homeless family here can dig in the trash can, at least come out with a sandwich. You know what I'm talking about? They can find a cool place where people are eating. Come on, man. When they go through that trash can, they get more than a meal. You serious now? And I'm saying just to the simple fact that it's just people that'll eat a little bit of their food. They waste food in America a lot. So they waste the food and they throw it in the trash can. Homeless people know where the food is just like a damn pigeon or a seagull. Come on now. A raven, come on now. Be human. God said he'll take care of us. And that's all he can provide right now. He knows it's good enough. It's good enough. But it's time for the good enough to end. It's time for the good enough to end. I'm praying that the people that I spoke to today will show up and will show out. And that they didn't just fall for the food line. What's going on, man? How you doing? I'm blessed to be stressed and tired of the devil's mess.
All right.
So yeah, another person sitting over here for his own deed. He got his own church, his own problem, own thoughts, own dreams. Why his wife is always checking me out. Yeah, that's what's up. I wonder what this is about. Oh, he got something going without letting Rev know. Let me check it out. Check it out, Mr. King, and see if I can bring you in the building too. Yeah. Over there protesting, saying something. Y'all got some news going on? What? Fire department already out there? What y'all doing? Somebody died? Oh my goodness. Yeah. All right. Sucky. Okay. It's one of them busy days. I don't know if I get to speak today. They might be having some stupid junk going on. Stop it. You better pay attention. I'm not just letting you go. That you just can't walk where you want to, Mr. King. Come on, boy. Relax. Fire department here, homeless people. Oh, please don't, sir. Don't, come on, man. I don't go touch your camera. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. You didn't even say hi to the owner. See, that's the disrespect of that. And I've talked to you before. I know it's all right. I know you did, though. I don't like cameramen because they funny and phony too. Touch my dog. Like, oh, Mr. King, you get attention, and I have to let people know. No problem. If you don't talk to me, don't talk to my dog. Please make sure the door is closed. Sit, 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 sit. Sit, Mr. King.
You're right, just on the table.
Sit down. Sit. Excuse me. Are they having a regular city hall today?
Yeah, it's about 6:15 up top.
Come on. No, not yet. Relax, Mr. King. I already know I ain't gonna be able to deal with you in there. You too excited about people and stuff. You don't know how to behave. Look, surprised you didn't go to that bad. Relax. That's you in the mirror. Don't pee over here. Go pee somewhere else. Come on. Let me get you to the car. Stop playing around. Come on. I already know it's gonna be a vibe that I don't want to introduce you to. Because you ain't paying attention. You on a king mission. This is not a king time. Okay? This is not a king time. We gotta find you another time, Mr. King, because this is some real business. This is City Hall business. I gotta get in there and figure a way to squeeze a couple of homeless people. If they come at all, they might get scared of the crowd. Damn, and stuff like that just make me look. Yeah, you gotta go in the car, Mr. King. Can't do it there, buddy. Can't try to go talk and you sit there peeing when something get nervous. Or bark at somebody. I know you ain't gonna bite nobody. But you sure lick them to death. I know, Rev. Why you keep going on about me? Because sometimes you hard-headed, Miss King. I know, but I'm still growing. I know I'm still growing too, and I'm hard-headed, but I'm like, not that kind of hard-headed. You got a pee-pee or boo-boo? You want a pee-pee by there? You want a boo-boo by there? It's nasty. Yeah, how can you smell somebody else's boo-boo? Is that how y'all get out for real? Yeah, you don't understand, Rev. It's a territory thing. I get the territory thing. Crips and Bloods, they got territory, but they don't go crapping on somebody's lawn. But they're different. King, that, leave it alone. If you gonna go pee-pee or boo-boo, I'm about to put you in lockdown for a minute. If you gotta go, go. If you gotta go, go. If you gotta go, I don't mean to film you, I'm sorry. Hold up. So anyway, wait a minute, hold on, King. Do you know anything about those? You know anything about going to pee-pee on the, let me see here. See, look, I bet your dog can pee on there. Check it out. It's the fire hydrant. That's supposed to be a sign for dogs. No? Is it that old school? Hey, you don't eat nothing. I know that part. You ain't out here to be snacking, okay? You got to go sit her down for a minute, brother. Okay? You got to wait. Don't eat nothing. You hungry? I know it. But I can't have you eat nothing while you're sitting there for 2-3 hours by yourself. But not that long, maybe about an hour. Or maybe 10 days. I might not ever come back. Don't leave me, Rev. I know I'm not talking, but I'm just trying to grow. I'm getting bigger, and I'm getting on your nerves. You're not getting on my nerves. Well, you're on them, but you ain't tampering with them on purpose. I know, but you yelling at me. I know you're a puppy. You don't want to listen to me. When I say come here, you don't come. I know. Like now, you want to lay down. You got to go get in the car. I know. I just want to be out for a few minutes. He said 6:15, didn't he? Oh, you smart. You remember stuff, huh? Good. Thank you for reminding me, brother. No problem. That's what I'm here for. I'm more than a service dog. I'm your friend, man. I know it. I'm your friend, too. Thank you. I love you. I love you, man. I love you, too, Pete. I really do. I really do. I'm just, trying to figure it out. I think I'm 6 months old. Not half a year, man. And the stuff they call summer, it's hot. I know it. Me too. I know you do. I'm like closer to the ground. I know, but I'm closer to the sun. Yeah, but the ground is hot and the sun is on my bald head. I know. Yeah, but Rev, I know. No, don't tell me. Hey, tell me. Leave people alone. Leave people alone. Ain't bothering nobody, Mr. King. But we gotta go back up. I gotta go back in the building anyway. In a couple of minutes. There you go. That a boy. Go pee-pee. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. You must know I got a pee-pee too, because I really gotta go. Anyway, we're about to go get in the limo, King. Because that's where you live. Hey, you gotta go pee a lot. Good boy. Good boy, Mr. King. Good boy, Mr. King. I'm gonna put you in there and I'm gonna lock you up and I'm gonna give you a piece of steak. A piece of steak. What's that? You'll find out. You'll find out. You get a piece now and you get the whole rest of it later. You're only gonna get it once in a while too. Because that was a blessing. They messed up on my steak this morning, Mr. King. They gave me a new one for free. After I had to eat a half of it, make sure that it was wrong. You know? It was getting to be all right, but then like it's too damn dry to think about. Oh, I get it, Rev. Oh, damn, I lost my cord out again, Mr. King. Man, sit, baby. Sit. Oh, man. Sit. See how close these cars are? Car can run us over, boy. See that? We gotta be careful. They ain't but like 5 feet. Do you know what it's like to get hit by a car? It's harder than me popping you in your head. That's all I know. That's all I know. You can go that way, go that way. Get in there. Go, get up. You know how to get in. Go over there. Go over to your side. Get up. Thank you, go to your side. I'm gonna come around to your side. Sit there, don't move. I'm gonna knock your door. Don't move. Don't move, sit. Good boy. Good boy. Thank you, ass. Sit. Sit. I am, Red. Hey, sit. Let me get the cord. Get it, Red. Come on. Sit. I said sit. Hold up. Don't move. Don't jump down. You stand in the car. You gotta stand here, Mr. King. You're too friendly with people. I can say that. That's a beautiful thing. Thank you, Red. But sometimes you gotta listen when I say leave them alone. Leave people alone. And there's gonna be hundreds of people in this place. I can't even. That's too much for me. Everybody like, oh, he's a cute dog. You can stop it. Sit. Stop it, bro. Stop it, please. Trying to knock my hand off. Stop it. Don't do nothing crazy. You're on film right now. Nothing crazy. They know where you live. They'll come get you. They'll get you. And they'll go, whoosh! Whoosh! I love this puppy. My homeboy's right here. What's going on, gentlemen? The bicycle boys. The boys are back in town. Yeah. Okay, what I do with the dang on food, okay? Oh, there you go. Okay, yeah. Watch the look on this dog's face. I told you this is yours, King. This is Denny's. Compliment of Denny's. Yeah. They take EBT, King. They take EBT. So this is what I'm going to do. Look, I'm going to give you half right now. Or some of it. I might eat a piece later. I don't know. But I don't want to. So I'm going to give you this. Sit down, boy. Sit down, boy. Sit down, boy. Let's see if it's easy enough to tear this thing apart. Yeah. So you're going to have fun with this thing for the next at least a day and a half. Because you're going to get the bone after this too. And it's a real size T-bone, King. It's a real... I'm trying to tear this thing over with a fork. See how tender it is. Like, look. Hey, that's tender, King. Yeah, look, King. Hey, look, King. Look, King. Oh my goodness, I gotta put this phone down. It's give me a little challenge. There's been a little challenge right here. Okay. You should have time to eat this little bitty piece. And if you're a good boy, I'll come back and give you some more. All through the night. This is a big piece. You know, this is a $20 dang old steak here, King. You don't get this all the time, boy, until we become rich. Then you know it's gonna be nothing. Like, bring King another steak, and me 2 of them. You know, medium well on both of us, yes. Light on the seasoning. Can you handle this, King? You ready? You ready, King? You want this? You want this? Mmm. Mmm. Quit playing, Rev. Quit playing. I ain't playing. I ain't playing. Oh, what? Can you get it? You can't reach, huh? Got your thing on your neck, huh? Got your leash on, huh? Can't get it, can you? Sit. Good boy. Sit. There you go. Look at that boy, King. Oh, this is delicious, Rev. I ain't never had nothing like this before. Oh my God. What is this? That's a pancake, King. That's a pancake with syrup on it. Oh, Rev, what is that other thing? Oh my God. It's a steak. That's a T-bone steak, King. You never get nothing like that before? No, Rev. Oh my God. This is delicious. Oh, I'll be a better boy. I'm sorry. I'll be a good boy. Oh, Jesus Christ. Well, who is that Jesus anyway? I'll tell you all about it, King. Well, you gotta know. Oh, Jesus. Oh. That's it, King. That's it. Now relax. Take a nap. I'll be back. Oh. I wish I could film you the whole time. And put this food in the back. Now they got you up. I got them watching you. So you be a good boy. Did you do something crazy? You didn't do nothing crazy. Get me all that stuff out of your way. Cause I don't want you doing nothing crazy. Cause I'll come back and paint your booty. I'll come back and spank your booty. Don't tear up my stuff, King. Okay, let me get this bag. I don't know what that is. Give me that. That's your toy. No more food for now. Nothing for now. See, nothing. Now be a good boy. And I gotta go do something. So you relax. Lay down and relax. Okay, I'm gonna give you some air. Actually, I got the fan. I even got a fan for you, King. Don't mess with the fan. Leave it alone. Okay? Just sit your little marshmallow head down and lay down. There you go. Good boy. Lay down. Take a nap. Because I know you're tired. Yeah. Okay. Just roll the window down a little crack there, King. All right, man. I'll be okay. I know you'll be okay. But we all gonna be okay. Let me take my little knife out of my pocket. Put it up in there. Yeah. So, from this point on, King, it's all live for the next 2-3 hours. I'll show you the footage tomorrow. Okay. Have fun, Rev. Who's that? I don't know. You can't come. Why can't I come? I just told you, King, because you don't know what you're doing. You're going to see you're hard-headed. Sit down. Thank you. Our time is getting near. And I'm thinking of all the people that should have come. that may not. But I know what I'm doing. I have to keep going. I can't just give up. When I talk to homeless people, they inspired in the spirit at that moment. But sometimes they can't change, overnight. Because the drugs has them held hostage. And I get that part. But sometimes we got to let them go. Let them go. So I'm afraid the way that things are going right now for City Hall. Keep us all in prayer, y'all. And I smoke because it stops me from stressing. I receive it like all my blessings. Now see what that happened across that street. When I first came up, it was a whole big old line of people. Now a lady comes out there for 2.5 minutes, feed her food real fast, and she go back home to get that grant money. That's why people don't want to network with people, because they want all the damn grant money. Just so they can feed people with free food. I mean, when you have a nonprofit, you must have one, because she's able to work with different organizations. They're not going to do it without a tax write-off. So she's going around to different people, getting free food, having people help her with free food. And I see it with her and a couple other females. So it might be some inside kind of fun tactics going on, if I can make sense out of that, that excludes men from being in power with it. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about? Women power, women power. I don't care about it. I love them too. I love everybody that feel they got power. As long as they understand my Father God's got it all. Because if y'all can rewind this whole video, y'all see in the beginning how she really wanted me to just leave. And once I'm walking away leaving, she wanted me to just skedaddle. No filming. Why not? She don't want to be recognized. You want to run or something? Or you want to be caught behind the camera? You should always film. And I understand when you come to a place like this, I can pull over there in my limo, just open the door and sit there. And they just going to walk up assuming there's going to be something in that door for them. Because several of them know me. And that's all it would take for one to start walking up and the rest of them, hey, where you going? What you going? Hey, oh, is that guy you know with the limo? Just got some food? Sometimes I got food. Sometimes I might have some drink. Sometimes I might have some weed, like I got something there to give them now. Because I know most of them that's out there, they're going to smoke the weed and stay on the weed. But when they run out of weed, they'll look for something else. And it ain't always a damn cigarette. You know what I'm talking about? They go the other direction. They ain't go back to the gateway where they want to puff on a damn cigarette only. Just to fit in and feel cool. See, and all those people right there aren't in line with what I'm doing. And I get it. I get it. But I gotta find those that really, really are before the murder, the incarceration, and everything else that goes on with the homeless people. Everything that goes on with the homeless people. Sit down, stop it. You know anything about you, cuckoo. I'm going inside the building right now, okay? Relax, lay down, and chill. Still got air blowing on you too? Relax, okay? I'll be back. Let me check my other wallet in my pocket. City Hall got a problem with you bring anything up in there that might be offensive or, kill them, but they'll kill you. You know what I'm saying? Oh, here, Miss King, you came up. Like I had some of these in my pocket. Oops, sit. Sorry. It's gone, leave it. Leave it. Don't go digging in my stuff. I don't know how that look. And I'm telling you right now, leave it. Give me this damn thing. Let go of that. Lay that back down. And I'll know if you've been playing around, King. Leave this stuff alone. Don't touch my stuff, especially my drink. I didn't think you were gonna film me again, Rev. Yeah, I gotta film you. And my boy. It's just in between me putting you on restriction and trying not to talk to you. I couldn't have you talking to them. Sit down. Stop looking through my stuff. Sit down. You've had enough for now. Sit down. If you mess up something, I'm gonna come back and get on you, boy. You hear me? Stop it. I gave you some good food. Stop it. Yep, you'll just be tested. Relax. Alright. See, I'm very known out here in these here streets. In these here streets. The streets is nice. The streets is real nice. Now I know just because of you and who you are, Mr. King, I gotta roll the windows up. That ain't gonna work. Glad you poked your nose up there. Glad you poked your nose up there, Mr. King. The people might want to steal you. Boo boo. Boo boo. Boo 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 boo. Boo 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 boo. Boo 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 boo. How you doing there, Mr. Steinberg? How you been?
Reverend, right?
I just go by Rev.
I know, Rev. Nice to see you,
I
friend.
really sent you off of that hot seat. Could we actually talk about some business up here? No, not this second. I don't like this second.
Another time, sure.
Yeah, if you call me, that'll be the blessing of our life. Okay?
Yeah, friend. I hope you're healthy and good.
I just had a heart attack on Valentine's Day and a stroke 22 days ago, so I'm that kind of healthy and I'll still outrun you.
Bye.
Bye. Be safe. That was an old mayor. What's happening, man?
How you doing?
I'm blessed to be stressed tired of the devil mess.
What you doing out here? I know what it is.
Yeah, I just, you
I'm
know.
running to him all the time.
Yeah, I know, but he don't like to see me when he run into me. He's like, oh, what was it, Rev? Pastures? I'm like, Rev. You remember the one that got on you when he was up in there, the one that said, walked up with those t-shirt quotes. Faithfully understand Christ's kindness. You beautifully intelligent teacher Christ healed. You glorious. How you doing? I'm blessed. Oh, yeah. Everything I go through is an extra blessing.
Yes. So what you doing?
Going there still fight for my homeless people, man. That's what I live on. It's
But I'm saying, what are you doing right now?
about to go in.
Okay.
You going in this one? Or you just hanging out in the neighborhood? What you doing?
I can't hear you.
What you doing?
That's what I'm asking you. We got time.
Huh?
I said, we got time.
Okay. You know, well, you don't know, no. I mean, I got all these damn nonprofits. I just got up to number 7 on the LLC list. Woo, right?
You
So-
ain't gonna stop, buddy.
Not until I'm dead. I'm still waiting to push my one song. Keith the Sneak finally got his hands on it so he can put his verse up in there. I told him if I can't get a teardrop, like I busted tears at the end of my pieces in the damn studio booth. I'm like, you know what I'm talking about?
All right, so again, what are you doing?
Turn right here. No, just stop for a second. Then you can. I mean, I was scouting the neighborhood, trying to get my homeless folks to come up there. They got a stage fight, most of them. You know, out of knowing time, they're gonna start coming, and that's where it's gonna kick off. It's gonna be over. Homeless for Heaven is designed. Homeless for Heaven God's Children Lives Matter is designed to put their ass to work, not a job. It's impossible to get a job. You can't get a regular job. With education behind his heart for a brother, sister, whatever, any color other than a brother, Arab, to get these normal jobs. So, and other than that, AI is taking over, some damn robots, and everybody getting pushed aside. But there's still work that's going to have to be done until we can get into that era. If we don't get into that era, we're going to keep getting further and further back on that dumb shit. Governor Gavin Newsom stole $24 billion. That ain't that small number. If he stole $250,000, like, look, go buy yourself a nice Mercedes. Pay for, you know what I'm talking about? With everything on it for $250,000, but not no $24 billion. Get out of here, baby. That's too much money. That's too much money. And that's my money. That's where I look at it. I live out here. This is my streets. I consider myself the homeless king.
So do you give these guys rides out here?
Who, the homeless people?
No, just regular people too.
Yeah, I do business.
Yeah, that's right.
I've been doing that ever since. I mean, well, that's when you met me. I wasn't even using it, huh?
No,
Yeah, it was
you were
down.
trying to get it,
I was trying to
off
party
that
in with
lot. You had it parked in the lot. The first one, and then you had to move it.
Yeah, that one got
to the
towed.
second.
Yeah, that one got towed.
Yeah, because this ain't the same one.
No, this is one I've been parking. I try to get people to go in and just insure it with me. People like, well, if you insure it, I'll partner with you. If I insure it, bro, insure. Okay, I've been through all these damn limousine on that full coverage. So they kept shooting, boom, 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 vandalized my damn shit to death. I still got a bullet hole there. All these back windows and broken, all that shit. So they didn't want to keep on paying, so they dropped me from the insurance after they paid off my last one, was a kit car Bentley. They gave me 14 racks. I'm like, shh, do what you want. But they put it on a salvage, but I couldn't move it from this house to that house or pass it, and it got towed away. So, but it's all good. You know, I'm double, triple, quadruple my money. I don't be caring. Don't. But this one, I wanted somebody to partner in that time. They wanted to raise my rate for $150 to $500 a month. I can get that back in a week. Just somebody started off. Nobody. And I met this individual, introduced me to his insurance company, $39 a month. Knock it off. And I just got my, Social Security approved what? Knock it off. You know, I'm talking about a little back payment and everything else. And just like I say, started number 6 and 7 of these LLCs, P.I.G. Cleaning Service and the P.I.G. Grub Hub, and get your thing on and get up in that belly and, you know, they shake that shit around. Because that's what he said.
Go past the light.
I did what?
Go past the light.
What about Del Paso?
We're there.
In what way?
Just we're there.
I took care of the Godfather in Del Paso Heights, but I wasn't
you were
there.
in Del Paso Heights.
I came originally.
Don't run from the heights.
I don't. That's my height.
Okay, that's what I just said. You saying?
Well, I mean, I'm from LA. Okay,
Brother.
I was in South Sacramento in the beginning when I was 18,
But I
and then I
out
moved,
here, then.
moved
I was
to.
in prison then.
Okay, congratulations. I came after
No,
you.
What?
Yeah, that's part of your testimony. I'm sure you told 1,000 people, but when
I stopped doing that.
okay, but when you can write a book, a movie, everything else, you laugh about it, or do comedy about it. Feel me? That's what God gives you. That. Don't you think? How do you think all the disciples and stuff there locked up? Man, you know what? After they came out, man, we opened the door, let everybody else go. We just stayed there. We didn't even go out. We just stayed there, just so they can let us out on like we supposed to. But God let everybody else go. Remember that scripture? See, that's me. I don't mind going to that bitch. They mind me going to jail now. They don't like talking to me on the street. So I mess around and can go live with God's Real Talk TV with 34 million views. When I like to talk to you, I'm like 500,000. Blast off. So from the whole healing circle to the blog, Rev is rocking.
Amen.
Rev has got it going faster than I can think of.
Right.
And I'm on the platform of everybody coming as a vice president. You have your own. Everything got construction, whatever, I don't care. Because when people come back around to me, they come back around the corner, you must have in your mind that I already said, fuck it, Lord, I forgave. In order to say hi to me again, I'll be like, fuck my fucker. The fucking faithfully understand Christ God and never said. Yeah, because I don't be caring. I know what my destiny is. And if I can't really get nobody on mine, because I'm always wanting to get on somebody. That's like I kind of know the whole beginning, and still today. I want to get on everybody like, oh, no, I got to stop now. I'm even trying to work on Miss Zion, you know, the Queen Sheep. Don't throw no faces, because everybody throw faces everywhere else, feel me? So,
I quit that job.
no, I'm just saying, everybody got to look for, if I say this name.
I know what I went through that whole little bout. And
I know.
remember all the little betrayals and all.
Yeah, but
the
see, I
little
was the one walking there like Bambi all the damn time. I was betrayed. I don't give a damn. Why you look at that side? That was played with. I don't give a fuck how the whole ended. It was played with. When I asked, I just got a damn dog. You know, I get to beat the wheels off his ass because you ain't coming. Other than that, go. Other than that, go. If I got to get in a form of discussion past, can I have what belongs to me today, then I'm like, fuck.
All I can say is God is good.
All the time.
And he's
all
got
the
you
time,
covered.
God is
And
good.
that ain't gonna never end so long as you keep on his side.
I always do. But he said to forgive, never forget, basically, because therefore you come back and get kicked in the ass. So that's how I feel a lot of Sacramento. Because I've been through them. I've been through them. Every time somebody names them, just like you did, they're like,
I know.
But I forgave them enough, so I would still work with, like, I only want to put no names out there. You know
We
what
don't
I'm
have
saying?
to. This days are dead.
Yeah, I know. But see, it's so much that the devil's jumping. That's why I'm doing this song, Lean on Him. If I can't get God in between, something wrong. It's hot. Why is the line's on fire? I can't cross your line because that bitch is on fire. We need some water to put this, come on. So that's where I've been. And I didn't know it in the beginning, but I see it now. I'm like, man.
I like the outfit though.
I made it.
I see it.
I got a jacket. I call it the splash. I took it, my white outfit, and my splash is the P.I.G, prayer and God. That's what I'm about. So my logo is a splash. So I literally splashed it.
1 second, I'm with you. Hey, how's it going, brother?
Ooh. These are the days that the Lord has made. To rejoice and be glad in Him, I do. Because this gentleman tried to play around with my merchandise, and I don't like playing with merchandise. You know what I mean? So with everything that's going on, we got to be prayed up, we got to be thankful, we got to be joyful, and we live life on love and peace and hope. And we can't go in any different directions than that. Because when God is in control, He is totally, totally in control. So I want to thank to the heavens that God has been using me above and beyond to meet the people in this city that I know from so many words of mouth. They're deceptive, they're liars, they're thieves, they're blah, 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 blah. And I'm glad I got to meet your ass. Because I know the killers too, the one that really put a bullet up in somebody. You know, somebody really ate somebody, somebody raped and molested somebody. I met them all. Amen. Join the circle. Join the circle. If Jesus had a good circle, He wouldn't have had such a long mission. You know what I'm saying? He walked around with 12 fools. 12 fools. I want to walk around with 12,000. 12 million. 144,000. What I want on my number count. That's real about the following of God, not your religion. A following of what God has said, not man. I don't give a damn what man. If somebody has been on this planet, they got a message from who? That's all I want you to follow. Who gave the damn message? Who told you to dig it up from under a damn tree? Who told you to wake up one day and say, oh, this is what I heard? You know what I'm saying? Whoever is that individual, my Father God, that's all we need to talk about. I don't care what your religion tells you to do. That's you go do. It's damn near like exercise or mind games or whatever, the manifesting of the clear spirit. But at the end of the day, we can't live on that. You can't live on it. Because that's why so many people, like, I was a Christian, I was a Catholic, I became a Muslim because, you got to marry more than one wife. Man, I got tired of my single wife. I got to marry 6 wives, and I'm cool now. I'm happy. Who won't be happy? You feel me? So, I'm just out here because God's using me, and everything, as you can see, is about that. So people come upon me, and that's all they'll hear me talk about is this mission. I don't got no time to talk about really nothing unless I'm using it for the mission. I'll talk about everybody around. The only person I can think is bad right now on the list is Diddy. And then maybe Jay-Z is up for grabbing something here lately. And Usher, who knows, right? But all these famous people, they being targeted for the reason that the devil wants. If we get too much clout like Kanye West, if his whole little line would have been right, he could have won as president. He wasn't ready for that. He wasn't ready for that. He wasn't ready for that. And I'll tell him to his face, he wasn't ready for that. And right now, I'm sure he realized he wasn't ready for that. He probably still wants to because he wants that control back, but he's not ready for that. See? Because he wants that control. And once you want that control, it's a terrible thing to do. So, just knowing that everything that I was blessed to have happen in my life is according to God's plans. And that's where the meat and potatoes is. So must have just got a tune-up. Shit, that sounds good. Um, but I'm gonna be going up in here to fight for homelessness, man. Because Governor Gavin Newsom, you know about the theft from what he done, $24 billion? It's like it just didn't happen. That don't make no damn sense to me. It wouldn't make a difference if it's 10 years, brother. It was gone. And ain't no accountability for it. And he probably got a brand new house, brand new yacht, brand new woo. But they can't put that in the equation because he got a back door to slide money into and slide money right back out. It's an old pimp trade, shit. You give it to the church will give it back. So, yeah, same shit. He could have gave it to another nonprofit and they gave it back. Same shit. So it's got to be accountable. See, and I'm only really looking for one big ass 26-foot box truck with as much tools I can get, and I can get free tools. I got 4 nonprofits and one with a federal exempt. I just don't know how to work it. But once it comes to be, because I just opened my first business account, and that's for God's Real Talk TV. And then I'm going for the money behind the LLCs. I just got 7 of them, so I know it's marinated time. 5 of them been over a couple of years. So they're already good. So I'm gonna open all them bank accounts.
What do you think about a paint job?
A who job?
What's the paint job?
A pay job?
Paint.
Paint. What are you talking about? Oh, on my limo? I need some money for paint.
What do you think about a paint job, sir?
What do I think about? Yes, 100% needs a paint job. I mean, it is what it is. You see? Yes. Paint job, I need new teeth too. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I didn't see I popped my teeth out. I missed it that time. But yeah, I don't look. I mean, hair too, dog. Don't think that Rev ain't in need of the blessing. I will always say no. Never. I don't give you damn. You give me a dead cat, I'm gonna say it.
I still have your number.
Probably deleted yours. So I ain't gonna lie to you.
I'm gonna find out right now. I'm gonna push the number. Keep your phone.
I don't typically delete. I might block. It's a thin line between love and hate. Huh? It's a thin line, right? I'll never get hate. You can never hate. You might go whack, and I'll be like, hey, nigga, I'm gonna slap your ass back.
You're gonna tie you to that roof and drive.
Huh? I'm about to get once I got the funds, I'm telling you, I got 3 major lawsuits coming. One of them gets Sacramento police. Because the girl wanna tap my door with her bumper while driving disorientated apparently, and hit my mirror for the 4th time in the last 6 months. 6 months. Hitting just my mirror, bro. But this has been hitting the passenger door, back door, drive-by shooting. Look. Drive-by shooting. See that hole? How accurate that was? I was sitting in the bitch that night, but I had one shot in the walk-by shooting years ago. Bitch, a beautiful, intelligent chick right here. So, yeah, then all 3 back windows been broken. I just had one of my homeless folk come up trying to get a little bit of weed off me because they know I smoke weed out here. But he broke my back window. He ain't got no, but you know, for $500 for that thing. I couldn't go to my insurance. Yeah, Rev, you know, it ain't like that. You know, I asked God to take care of it. Like, he gonna take care of it, but I want you to take care of it too. Give my money. But people always want to play like I'm just out here as a person. But it's my test. It's my testimony. If I don't get a testimony out of my test, I want to be a piece of bologna flat on some dry ass bread with no ketchup or mustard or mayonnaise. Ew, what? You don't know nothing about that.
People out here at the bar.
Huh?
You helping them out at the bar.
A lady just came and I got her at the beginning of the film. Whole big old line. She's feeding them. Huh? I don't like my homeless people fed. They not a dog. I got a homeless dog in the car. A Spuzz McKenzie in the car. He's cute. No. I know. I get it. People want to do that because they feel that's what the scripture's saying. But my homeless for heaven, he didn't say nothing about feeding. He said take care of them. How can you end it? Is to take care of it. That's what Rev's in play. I want to end it. They make $10 a day. Look at it. Okay. Walk up to the next homeless person you know. Say, can you make $10 a day? And they gonna give you that cockeyed look like, yeah, I can make $10 a day. Why you say that? Just check. And then do the math in your head, times them by 100,000 of them. That's $1 million a day, brother. $1 million a day, brother. 360. I'm talking about 100,000 of the home. There's 150,000 as this place estimated last time I was in it. Okay, 150,000 homeless people in Cali. So 100,000. I'm just trying to round it off. 100,000 times 10 is 1 million. So $10 a day times 100,000 of them makes $1 million a day. That's 365 a year. That's 730 in 2 years. That's 1.4 billion in 3 years, plus a lot of interest. And probably everything be bought in the whoopie whoop by then. Credit be powerful.
Doing what work?
That's just them panhandling, bro. I'm saying when they out panhandling every day, doing whatever, recycling or whatever, or selling merchandise they stole. You ever talk to one about their income status? Okay, stand on the corner and say there. The next day they made $100, $200 at that one damn intersection, Tim. I'll watch it. I'm like, don't ask me if I'm not that. I'm not that one. So they know. I give them the value of what they worth when I talk to them. So it's like, shit, slap them one side. Like, so you get together and then like they'll do the double flip. So if they make $20 a day, okay. So say for instance they wasted that, then the other $1.4 billion in 3 years could really have been in the bank. That part. But putting them to work is where I'm at. Putting them to work. I know how to put them to work. It's too much work. Not enough jobs. They give them a place. Not when you got a felony, not when you stink, not when you move, but especially when you got addictions. So before they did all this drug testing years ago, I was working doing construction, then fucking tweaking ass fools, the same one that's out here now, running across beams, doing all this shit. So the new generation, so what? Same thing, go run and do across them beams. There's more work still to do. So it's getting people on that level. Come on in, or it's a branch or whatever. I already got my paperwork done. I'm already locked in and official. I'm already known for what I'm out here doing. I'm about to blast this, let alone the paint job.
I have your number.
I know.
Call you. And I'll see what we do, man.
Okay.
You know, I stand on my moral.
So,
Since I left that whole group, I did my own thing. God bless me too.
okay.
What I'm telling you is that.
Well, see, I had.
When
Go ahead,
when
go.
a person can listen,
Go ahead.
you know, that was my biggest issue. Nobody wanted to listen.
Oh,
They
no,
wanted
I
to be their
heard
own- But everybody, what did you say? Too many what, Chiefs?
I ain't say nothing about you. I ain't say that.
Yes, you did say that to me during that time. Yes, you might forget.
Look, why would I say that when in my corporation I only want people to come in as vice president unless you come in with tools and stuff as a president?
Okay.
I
I know
don't-
what conversation we had.
I don't never even use a quote of thought.
The reason why is because I was telling you about what was going on, and then when people were supposed to be taking their role, that's like when we was working with. Remember Devin Scoggins?
Not per se.
The kind of big black dude.
I wasn't really working. You was working with everybody.
Yeah.
I was just there. I met Flo Crawford then. I met these people then. I didn't follow no legacy of nobody, nothing. I don't read, you know what I'm talking about?
You're on.
I always have all my life. I just
I'm gonna call you.
Okay.
Okay. Let you know about some things and see what we can do about getting you involved in something honest. Well, I do. All you gotta do is just listen.
I've been a listener all my life. And no, it ain't stopped. No. I've learned how to listen and hear and speak in between every crack. Because I wasn't like that. I've changed in my life.
I believe
The last 14 years has woke me up to a whole nother beast. Having a heart attack on Valentine's Day and the stroke 22 days ago really put me on a different kind of level of thought. I made it through. Never could have made it. That's what that means. I couldn't have made it through prison. I couldn't have made it through everything I've gone through. I'm very sick. Diabetes, all that shit going on with me. So I don't care.
a bunch of natural cures.
Okay, I'm taking the medication. Huh?
African market selling.
I probably, well, not even probably. Okay. Huh?
We get the natural cures straight from the market.
I got to go over there because, I mean, my guy that I'm a business partner with, he's part of owner of the building. So I know what's over there. He can always get it for me when needed. I really got to get to my natural mind too of a better eating, blah, blah, blah. Stay away from fast food unless I'm starving kind of thing. Because it's just a new world for me, brother. When people get to know me, they'll see a little kid that's telling me they don't really want to even talk to nobody.
I'm
But of course,
Please say about me, man.
I always say, all I do is get shot at. Another heart attack shit.
All right, love you,
All
man.
right, love you, man. Okay, y'all. Now y'all heard a little bit of the soap opera. Let's see if I can squeeze in here for a second. I don't think my homeless people were here, but they might have went in. I don't know. It's King. You finally lay down. Okay. Suck it up, Rev. Get your mind right, Rev. Go in there and kick some butt. How you doing this, huh? See, most time my homeless folks out of here, they just want somebody to say hi. They'd love for you to stop. Because you stop with a homeless person, they would dump all everything they got on you. You know, and ask you for $2. Look cool, quiet, and calm over here now that they start and then stop the meeting. Because I mean, Jesus, y'all seen the footage. When I first walked up, he did say to start at 6:15. It might be like 6:40. I don't know. See if they still open or if they just shut down. Either way, I got to go to the potty. I think they shut down, you know? No, they're not. They just calmed down. So whatever that was all about. I'm glad I don't see it now because I didn't want to go in there and hear their garbage. Everybody protesting because they got money. Yeah, they got this one officer that had to make fun of them. Here, y'all. You know, officer Muslim. I don't care about your religion. I just want to know about your spirit. Check the spirit out in the Google. If you can Google God, you feel me? You cannot Google God. And I mean it. And you notice that I'm not turning the camera off, but you notice you better not be able to see nothing either. But I keep talking to you. I don't care. Y'all didn't hear that. So what? This is God's word talk. Period. So, message out here, little buzzer. Something going on. Ain't nobody tapped in yet, but something going on. So, I'm in City Hall. You gotta be quiet. You gotta really worry about those that you know, has an area of, how can you say it, need to, how can I say it, act like they got power. I'm going to this room without my homeless people again. You know, they talk a good game. Yeah, I'll be there at 6 o'clock. What time again? Okay, 6 o'clock. They probably ain't got the phone no time 6 o'clock is. But with a good heart and good intentions, it keeps me coming in here. Because I at least come in here with his spirit. Sad part is I don't get to use 2 minutes for everybody's spirit. So yeah, stay with me, pray with me. But know that God is here to stay with me forever, forever, ever, and ever. And I mean it. So just think past yourself, open up your mind, flush your dreams away. I'm here off. All right, it's going to be interesting tonight. It's a lot of tension in the building, and everybody's uptight. That ain't my problem. I'm uptight too. And REV don't need to be uptight. I'm too country and sick to be uptight. But I deal with it. I deal with it. I deal with my homeless people. I had like maybe 15, 20 today as I gave them 20, 30 minutes of a conversation of why they need to come before they get snatched up and put in a prison system, a camp, or a grave site, or thrown into the ocean, or burned into steaks, literally, and eaten on a platform. You know what I'm saying? There are still cannibals out there. And don't think some of these buff, strong homeless people ain't delicious. I'm just saying.
Keep your mind open. Be mindful. That's all God said. Be mindful. Ain't gotta be specific on, everything. Just keep yourself mindful. So if something pop up, like, wait a minute, he did say that 25 years ago. Okay, just be mindful and recognize game. Because God's got the real game. He knows how to complete the game of life and Monopoly. So everything that we do, we gotta understand that God is in control and nobody else or their religion counts at all. Period. Yeah. And let's meet the devils. Let's meet the devils. What's going on, man? Afraid they ain't stopping the regular city hall meeting.
Check what?
Yep.
Just phone in here and everything else.
I'm on live already.
Got more stuff in your pockets, bro? Yeah.
Take my belt off.
No, not your belt. Just, I'll say all this cues. Got a lot of cues.
I'm always locking. I got smart. I used to be a locksmith years ago.
Oh, really?
And I got locked out too many kind of pick time. Like, why don't I have a spare key on me? So I keep a whole spare set.
That's a lot of keys.
I can carry $100 and ask tell them in their face that I'm a locksmith. You got something, sir? Security guard said now you get to catch him wiping his nose with his shirt.
Okay, so on item 11, I was just gonna talk about, before Sacramento become a farm to fork city, Queen Sheba was farm to fork. I'm trying to do some urban farming around that area, so I'm just interested. I just wanted to make sure that I am included when it comes to, because I'm trying to grow my food. So I can serve it at my restaurant. So I just want to be able to get involved in the grants. That's what I wanted to say. 111. Thank you.
Your comment, Lambert is speaking on item 13 and Marbella Sala on 9.
Number 13 is called suspension of competitive bidding. That's another word for bid rigging and bid peddling. As a person who owns a business, I've never been part of a bid process that was suspended. It even says in the language that you have to have experience, expertise, and capacity. Well, even if you have the expertise and capacity, you're eliminated because of this wording. There should never be no competitive bidding. In the paper, in the Sacramento Bee, there was a shout out to the Sacramento Bee. There was a scandal of how people were getting contracts and they weren't bidding on them. That's an example. You can give it to your relatives. In San Francisco, they showed where people were giving contracts at City Hall to relatives. That's what that happens when you have suspended competitive bidding. And I want to send a shout out. This is the millennials telling me this because I don't really pay that much attention to social media. They handle that for me. I want to send a shout out to Vice Mayor Telemonte because they told me today, I was on the road, they called me and said that she was saying very kind things on social media. I haven't even seen it. So I wanted to say thank you I have no idea what I'm thanking you about. I'm thanking you because they said whatever you did is starting to get us a lot of business. And as the weather gets hotter, that's when the cheesecakes take off. So thanks.
Brandon Martinez. And for the people at the back of the room, please, there's plenty of seats up front. We can't block the back doors.
Good evening. I'm here because I just want to point out how unique this SACOG grant is and coming to part of Garnett, Northgate, and District 2. And it's a coalition of culture, the urban needs, the mutual network.
You feel like I do.
And importantly, it's also with the city. And what it's designed to do with the SACOG BEI grant is to build infrastructure, community-driven solutions for transportation, mobility, and access, infrastructure, and emergency preparedness. The first time that I know of that we're going to do such a collaboration with District 2 and our District 3 and this unique coalition of community-based organization. And I'm hoping that this is only the beginning and we'll be able to do this more because we really have very similar issues. And I want to thank Mikel Davila because he did a lot of work in helping us complete the grant process and putting this coalition together. So thank you.
Your comments, Brandon Martinez on item 6 and 12, and Amber Stott on item 12.
You know, I came to echo that sentiment. It's amazing what's going to happen in District 2 and 3, and also District 4. So I came to bring up that, this is your moment to shine, and I'm happy for everyone here who gets to take part in what's happening in Northside 2. But let me not forget what's happening in D8. So I totally want everyone to know that this is a sign of the times. There needs to be more EVs out there, and this is a step in the right direction. So I definitely urge everyone to look into that. Thanks.
Thank you for your comments. Amber Stott on item 12.
Good evening. Thanks for having me. I am here in support of the SACOG grant also, and very proud to operate one of Sacramento's probably best examples of government gone right, Floyd Farms. And this site, it doubles as both a student farm and as a community park. And so we're going to be using these grant funds to go into the community and conduct visioning sessions, which essentially are needed because the original project started so long ago that many people don't really know it happened. The walls went up in the pandemic. And we really want to make sure the community not only knows it's there, but gets to have a say and a voice in some of the programming that we develop in this new, beautiful space. So we're excited to have an opportunity to partner with the city and work hand in hand to do visioning sessions across our community and bring that feedback back to implement pilot programming to really embrace the needs of our community. We're in a community where we have a 40% childhood obesity rate. Food access is an issue for many of the students that go to the adjacent school, Leotata Floyd Elementary, and we want to really address the mobility gaps to getting access to that healthy food. So thank you.
Thank you for your comments, Mary. Public comments for the consent calendar.
Motion is second.
I'm sorry, Mayor, I overlooked this, but I would like to be recorded as a no vote on item 6. Not because I think this doesn't go far enough, I think it goes too far in reducing the discount for those who have EVs and monthly partners. The predicate is that EVs have established themselves and they don't need any more incentives. I don't hold that view when they're only 20% of the vehicles on the road. So I just would prefer to be a vote on this item.
You have a motion by Councilmember Guerra, a second by Maple. No vote on item 6 for Councilmember Dickinson.
Thank you. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Those are abstention. No from Mr. Dickinson. Measures passed. Next item.
We move to item 16 is a public hearing. Public hearing on renewal of downtown Sacramento property and business improvement district number 2025-01.
Good evening, Mayor and members of the City Council. I am Suzanne Kline with the Finance Department. The item before you is a public hearing for the renewal of the downtown Sacramento PBID for another 10-year term. Renewal of the downtown Sacramento PBID will continue to provide services and activities that create a special benefit to such properties and member districts. At this time, staff recommends opening the public hearing. On the close of the public hearing, staff will count the ballots and come back to council as a consent item on June 17th with the ballot tabulation results. Thank you. Michael Oak with the Downtown Sacramento Partnership is here. I would like to say a few words. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Ready for your big one?
Yeah, no, this has been a good day, to say the least. Vice Mayor, members of council, city manager, Michael All with the Downtown Partnership. It's important to note back in 1995, and I'll be really quick because I know you've got a full agenda, this is the first business improvement district in the state of California. There's been a lot of involvement, I think, in this movement as far as districts creating additional income to provide enhanced services over and above baseline. But we've spent the last couple of years meeting with our property owners, meeting with our businesses, talking about the future. And candidly, you can't pick up some of the things that we dealt with the last couple of years as it relates to charting a path forward. We're seeing economic development come back. We're seeing employees come back. We're meeting with owners. We're meeting with consultants, talking about what level of service we need to provide to our constituents and make sure that as we start looking towards the future that we are creating a downtown environment that we're proud of. I said in our State of Downtown breakfast, regions are defined by their downtowns, and the involvement of this organization, but the work that we're doing, I think makes a difference in how the city is viewed and treated from a respect standpoint. This is a special place for us. I want to acknowledge my staff. I'm going to make them stand up just really quick. Stand up. No, I'm torturing you. Yeah, do that. But I also want to acknowledge specifically Danielle Biller. Danielle is my deputy director. She and I have been doing this for close to 30 years. She is the heart and soul of this organization as it relates to this work. And she, when this organization renews, and we feel confident we will renew, we will renew. We're not taking it for granted, but she has been the champion that we have had. And the senior team we've got here believes in this. So we appreciate the support, the partnership with you, board member Milstein. I think what we do makes a difference. And when this community looks at the partners we have, there's no better partner than the city of Sacramento. So thank you for what you do. Councilmember Buckybom, we feel very fortunate to have you on board, not only as a board member, but as a champion in this council. And I think generally you have made a difference in this community and we're working moving forward. So thank you.
Thank you. You do great work. So, I have one speaker, Matt Worthy. And after this, just put the ball on the open and close.
I would that downtown thing. Trees, instead that's crown downtown. How many jobs have it created downtown? See, this is part of your corruption. Every time you come up here, people say, oh, we're doing this. People, your opinion, these people just stay quiet and say you're doing all right. Much corruption is here. And you still spend money. You can't identify where the money went. Downtown. Downtown used to have water running out. That didn't work. So the first money came in, we wrote money with old Sacramento. Still that didn't work. Why you can't have an outside audit of where the money is going? What's downtown now? I was downtown the first time, I ain't never been in a arena. You've got a situation I want to show the application downtown. You got some real shit going on downtown and you involved. You're not telling the people really what's going on downtown. You have some of the worst crime happen here with downtown. It's a drunk alley is downtown. That's all. Get drunk, you go out and on the street and show your ass. That's all you got to do. That's other people. That's what you call socialism. It's there and people accept it because you are feeding your way through. Oh, keep you laughing, we gonna do this, we gonna do that, and you haven't done a damn thing downtown.
Open and close public comment from staff.
Perfect. We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Abstentions? Noes? Seeing none? Congratulations, downtown David. So that passes unanimously with Mayor Brady absent. So Vice Mayor, we're going to reorder the agenda and take item 18 next, which is the Sacramento Children's Fund Grant Award. Yes. Down here. I just want to thank members of the public for being here again. I know a lot of you came years ago, and a lot of us were looking for more information on the programming and the details of the program that we were going to be funding. So please staff had time to go back and do a little more homework for us to understand what we were awarding.
Okay, this is going to be a very quick and short presentation. My name is Renee Coughlin, Program Manager for the Sacramento Children's Fund. Thank you for having us again, Vice Mayor and Council. So based off of the direction that we received, just to give a little recap, scenario one that we presented previously, funded 24 programs and projects with a 50-50 split that was set in the strategic investment plan, and it had an emerging set aside for grassroots. Scenario two, funded 16 programs and projects with a 50-50 split with no adjustments to the funding allocation. We provided a ranked application list with description as requested by council at the previous council meeting. We added a ranked application list by fund goal with descriptions, a ranked application list by district served with descriptions, and then we also added a social vulnerability index, the SVI, at a 20% overlay, as requested by City Council at last City Council meeting. So this just briefly gives an overview. That grid area is going to be what the SBI expanded upon, the seed and COI overlay that was already included in the RFP and the strategic investment plan for assessment when we were looking at applicants. The SBI does align with the seed and the child opportunity index, COI, and expands eligible opportunity areas. This basically means that 100% of eligible applications to the Sacramento Children's Fund serve the SBI identified opportunity areas as well. So it expanded the areas, but our applications already served much of what was expanded. Just a little recap on our Sacramento Children's Fund timeline. We're here now, June 10th, for award recommendations presented to City Council for approval. We hope that our contract execution and fund disbursements happens probably closer to the end of July. And then July 2025 to June 2028 will be the grant award time period for this first set of grants to be funded. And I'm gonna take a seat and let you all continue the deliberation.
Thank you so much. We do have 28 speakers for public comment, so say for the company not named, and then we'll do council comments and deliberations.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. And you said I have 28 speakers. I'm going to call a few if you want to line up. Jamie Gerson, Jeanette Carpenter, Daryl Roberts, Omar Turner, Rebecca Yvonne.
Good afternoon, Mayor and Council members. My name is Jamie Garrett, and I'm the Chief Program Officer at the Sacramento LGBT Community Center. LGBTQ+ youth are in crisis and they urgently need your help. They're more likely to face trauma, homelessness, and mental health challenges, yet have fewer affirming services available. Nearly half of LGBTQ+ youth seriously considered suicide last year. For transgender and non-binary youth, it was more than half. The center supports LGBTQ+ youth through our drop-in space, youth enrichment, housing, employment, and mental health services, all of which align with the goals of the Sacramento Children's Fund. I know you have all been strong advocates for the LGBTQ+ community in the past, and I urge your support for scenario funding for mental health services for LGBTQ+ youth. Thank you.
Thank you for your comments, Jeanette.
Good evening, Vice Mayor and council members. My name is Jeanette Carpenter. I'm here on behalf of Child Action. We serve 17,000 children and their 9,000 families in Sacramento County. We empower families and child care professionals with the tools and support services they need to successfully care for children. We applaud the city for their progress with one-time investments in child care. However, this is not a sustained funding strategy, despite naming early childhood a priority. Few Measure L proposals support kids 0 to 5, and our initiative is one of the only childcare focused proposals. It targets the city's highest needs zip codes and proven demand and offer direct support for both families and providers. With existing infrastructure and evidence-based models, this is a scalable, high-impact investment. Ongoing city support is essential to meet the real and growing need. Thank you for your time.
Daryl Roberts, and then Omar Turner.
Good evening, members of the council and city manager. I'm Dale Walker, CEO and co-founder of Rocky County Development Center, and a resident of District 2. I speak on behalf of our co-founder, Keith Roberts, our board of directors, and the youth and their families that we serve. We're pleased that staff ranked us as the #1 scorer, and I'm proud of our category. I am tempered by the recognition that there are many other worthy organizations who were not selected. And I stand before you to request that not only your support for the $1.3 million suggested in your staff report by Councilmember Maya Bang and others, but I also think you should look to the 25 vacant police positions to add any money from those 25 vacant positions to the violent preventive line in the city budget. I'm also suggesting that community meetings better explain the grant process of the Children's Fund encourage District 2, 4, 5, 6, and 8 to ensure nonprofits fully understand the rubric used to score their applications. Our organization benefited 25 years of doing this work well. Having a vision which has allowed us to build sustainable funding. This year alone, touching 5,000 youth and their families and employing more than 125 young people and mature adults, and documented success. But we also had, and you get this, if you remember, the public scrutiny that caused us to have to strengthen our organization, fiscal department, and provide the necessary documentation, including annual audits, which cost in excess of $45,000 a year. For some nonprofit, that $45,000 is nearly half their existing budgets. Unacceptable. We have also funded partners with and supported them, many of them on the audience.
Thank you for your comments. Your time is complete. Our next speaker is Omar Turner, then Brenda Yvonne. Thank you for your comments. Your time is complete. Thank you for your comments. Please take your seat. Your time is complete.
Keep going.
Our next speaker is Omar Turner, then Brenda Yvonne.
He can have my minutes.
Unfortunately, we can't do that. Everyone needs to be treated equally.
You can, you just don't like doing it.
Please take your seat.
Thank you so much for your comments and all that you do for our community. You do tremendous for so much.
We're trying to say, man, we got 35 million viewers on my channel. Okay? I'm gonna bring my ministry home from heaven. Touch your life, my own will. Do something with these youth that'll make them stop.
Asking you to consider full funding. We work with you.
I clap in my hand and I want to do this ride together.
And we talked about mental health. And that's where we focus. I'm gonna let Coach Omar Turner share some more.
Just sat down with a young man that came through our program, and he's right now in the process of becoming a therapist. He has a master's for social work, and he's going to be one of the ones that's going to be helping us, with our program. And we think that we're going to touch a lot of young people with mental health, helping with their education, staying away from gun violence, all of those things because of the program that we have. And we've been doing it close to 30 years and seeing a lot of positive outcomes from it. And we just want to, again, say thank you, and hopefully you guys give us the maximum amount. Thank you.
Your comments, Brenda Yvonne,
Are
and
you
Christine Smith.
Do you have a card? Yes, in my car, but I can give you my number. Well, I gave you my card. I have a limousine. I'm always out late. I do a street manager. I live in my limousine. I get so many youngsters after hours and 2 to 4 a.m. on site. I pick them up, they be having guns on, they have everything, but I know let's ride together, stop dying together as they go.
Which is a vital resources for children ages 0 to 5 and their families in Sacramento. The first 5 years are critical, not just for a child's development, but for the well-being of the whole entire family. P.I.G is built on the belief that children and families deserve support every step of the way, helping them navigate with each milestone with confidence, care, and connection. Your support strengthens our mission and reflects a meaningful investment in our youth. We're excited to move forward together in creating a lasting impact for families across our community. Thank you.
Hey, wait, hey, excuse me.
And Ashley Towers Clark, and Mercedes Parker.
What is it?
Good evening, Vice Mayor and council members. Christine Smith with Sacramento County Office of Education, and I'm here tonight to thank you for considering approval of staff's recommendation to fund Books for Brighter Futures, which will expand the Dolly Parton Imagination Library within the city. The Imagination Library provides books delivered directly to Children's Home monthly from the time they enroll until their 5th birthday. And additionally, will provide literacy workshops for families and connections to resources to help them grow. This investment by the city is matched 100% by SCOE and will boost access to literacy across the city. We at SCOE, along with our partners, United Way, who serve as a 501c3, appreciate your consideration and support of our proposal. In addition to showing our appreciation, I do want to also acknowledge that there is a need for continued investments, as you are doing here tonight, in early learning and in our youth by the city. It is essential to continue the excellent work by those in this room and out in the community. So please continue investing in our future and our youth. Thank you.
Hi, Christy Gray, Deputy Program Officer at the Sacramento LGBT Community Center. I have been there for 3 years, and I'm coming as an administrator supporting the team that supports the youth, but also as a mother. I see my team and myself see the folks that come in desperate crisis, and this program will not only support continued mental health services at the center, but also we will be providing an opportunity to train future clinicians in mental health. So I'm here to ask and thank you for the support of the community, but also to ask for you to vote for option 1. Thank you so much.
Good evening, City Council. My name is Ashley Powers Clark. I'm the Homeless Education Services Coordinator for the Sacramento City Unified School District. And I'm here to just thank you for ranking our proposal so high. We scored the second highest out of all of the applications. And the reason why that happened is because the work that we are proposing to do is completely aligned with the values of the city. This work is going to fund youth leadership to help prevent homelessness at 2 specific school sites, that being Luther Burbank and Hiram Johnson. I believe there's no place better to invest if you want to prevent youth homelessness than working within the schools. I know there are some concerns about public agencies funding public agencies, and I will say that the first phase of our project is empowering young people on the ground who have had experiences with homelessness to make their schools safe to come out and identify as unaccompanied and get the support you need. And I'll tell you, as a social worker that has a lot of experience on the ground working with this, there's nothing worse than being at school on a Friday night at 5 o'clock and having a family walk into your office and having absolutely nowhere for them to go. This is why we need strategic and cross-sector investments in this work, and that's exactly what our proposal plans to do. So you can hold us accountable for that. You can expect results from us. I'll say since taking over the program and since our investments in COVID, the Sacramento City Unified School District has stepped up their investment because of the advocacy that we've seen from our young people and the advocates that we built in the community. So you can hold the district accountable for holding the line on their own investments, and you can trust that you'll be hearing from our young people here and at those board meetings. So thank you so much for your consideration.
Thank you for your comments. Mercedes Parker, then Valachi Cheney McLean.
Good evening, Mercedes, resident of District 4. I'm here representing California Youth Connection. We are a youth-led organization that serves current and former foster youth, advocating for policy and practice and legislative change. Very huge supporters of the Children's Fund as well as the Guaranteed Income Program. I'm here today to stand in solidarity with the SAC LGBT Center. And we'll reflect on the original purpose of the Children's Fund and the issues that it was intended to address: homelessness, mental health, violence prevention, substance abuse prevention, queer youth are at the intersection of that, and of course are overrepresented when we talk about homelessness, when we talk about foster youth issues. So I just want to make sure that we are prioritizing them, and that I also want to support previous comments that suggested that we look into the overspending that's occurring and financial mismanagement happening within the Sac City Police Department, to secure additional funding to make sure that we are doing right by our children. I also just want to add that in the next REV process, I also agree with previous commenters that we look into making sure that that is an equitable process and supporting nonprofits and meeting the requirements to support a successful application. That's it. Thank you so much.
Valachi, then Keon List, then D'Angelo Mack.
Good evening. My name is Miller. I wanted to stand in solidarity with the LGBT community as well as with former foster youth or current foster youth. I am an older brother. I do all that I can in in every room that I walk in. And I also am a trans-masculine individual. I use he, him pronouns. And 30% of former foster youth identify as LGBTQ. This statistic is quite high compared to other communities. And I just want to make sure that this funding is placed towards communities of care, communities that have not turned their back on foster youth. We just got 8560 get past kitchen care practices. And with that, we're seeing that kitchen is different for everyone. It's not just one individual family plan. And I just want to emphasize that our community is vast and very diverse and it's not the same in every setting. Thank you.
Keon List, then D'Angelo Mack, then Kenneth Duncan.
So let's go ahead and speak that.
There's really not much I can say better than the youth organizers and young folks in this community that have been coming up to you demanding the resources that is rightfully theirs. But I can point to you the fact that you have a fiduciary duty to actually manage our budget responsibly, and this council tonight is leaving no less than $9 million sitting on the table because you're too afraid to cut police department vacancies. I mean, we listened, not like, besides just the scandals that have been popping up in the Sacramento Bee and other media, we listened we listened on May 20th to the chief of police and the police officer's president lie through their teeth at you to claim that their vacancies aren't actually real. That those are filled positions that they will have to lay off or cut if you dare consider addressing those. And even by their own best measurements, by the true vacancies that they just magically made up, that's at least $11 million that you could be contributing to youth services right here. believe the police and fire department alone make up no less than 66% of our discretionary dollars. That's in the general fund. And none of you are considering even cutting that? They made $254 million this year. There are at least 107 vacancies that have been vacant for more than 6 months, and at least 35 vacancies that have been vacant for over 2 years. And you're too chicken shit to cut those positions? You gotta be kidding me. There's a reason for this, for those of us that pay attention, and I'll get to that here momentarily.
Thank you for your
But
comment.
right
Your
now,
time is complete.
there are people in this
Our
community
next
that need
speaker is
these youth service center funding and programming
Your time is
that you're
complete.
not standing up
You
for,
exceeded
and that
your
you are
speaking
not
time.
willing
Please
to
stop
actually
speaking
look
and take
at the
your
majority
seat.
of our budget,
By
the
continuing
one
to
single
speak, you're
largest department,
disrupting the orderly
to
conduct of
actually
the
provide
meeting.
those
You're in
services that our
violation of
communities
Chapter
need.
5 of the City Council Rules of
Thank you.
Procedure.
Please call me, man. Please call me. Right here. I like this. It's going good today. I like this here. Get on their helmet. Next.
Good evening, y'all. This is the first time I've been in front of the new guard. So I'm D'Angelo Mack, resident of District 7. I used to be the director of the First Responders Transformation Campaign, which saved cities, buildings, and public safety. I actually helped frame the actual public safety resolution when the original framers. First hospital-based violence intervention program here in the city. So in regard to police and money, we're just not brave anymore. I know you're afraid because you're fearful people. Some of you weren't brave kids, so there was no way you'd be brave adults. For those of you yourself brave kids, I want you to think about why you were brave then. Bravery usually rises when bigger, more boisterous obstacles present itself as a challenge to those who are simply looking for a peaceful and safe existence. For those of you who were brave kids, you may remember bravery wasn't a thought, it was a reaction. Before your mind could really process, your bodies were already set in motion. You had no clue what the outcome of this motion would garner. You just knew you had to do something differently. Fear causes you to make the same mistakes every time obstacles come your way. We've done this before, and we are where we are because of that. It's funny, we fill these chambers and pour our hearts out when most of the time your minds are already made up. But take just a moment and ask yourself, am I making my decision today based on cowering under the shadow of a bigger, more boisterous obstacle present? Or will I remember the kid or somebody's kid and choose to react with bravery? You know where the money is. It's in the police budget. Go get it.
Then Akeem, Kenneth, then
Call me, sir, please. Oh. Not tonight.
Councils, I stand before you with my daughters. Hopefully, will be future leaders here in this city.
Praise God.
We met earlier this week. I stand to represent Marina Vista, CV Circle, the forgotten community here in Sacramento. We're an active nonprofit there in the projects. So to be real, what it is, it's the projects. And I've been there on the shoulders of Mr. Roberts, who actually gave me the grace to come into the community as a young college student. And I've been there for almost 12 years now. I have to be considered for the Measure L. Like Mr. Roberts said, like we would like to be explained these processes a little better. We weren't in the top 10 scores, but we're doing the work.
Yes.
We're in the community 3 to 4 times a week. Just this last 2 weeks, I had 2 kids shot. And then last year, at least 3. So it's getting to a point I can't even keep count of how many youth we're losing and being wounded to gun violence and senseless gang violence. But we're more so a prevention program. We're working with the babies from 1st grade all the way to 12th grade. And then we get called and, ask for favors to do more things in CV Circle after a baby is killed. But we're doing the work when babies are living and thriving. We got kids in college who to get overlooked because they're not the kids being killed. I got kids at HBCU who are in Ball Out Academy, they're in Black Boys Bill, and they're in these prevention programs that need support from the city. So I stand before you asking for you all to support our organization and think about the babies my daughter's age who are walking around CV Circle with no support.
Yes, that's right.
I got kids that outside the King Stadium panhandling
Thank you
because
for
they
your
don't have
comments.
any
Your time
other
is
outlets.
complete.
Thank you.
Our next speaker is. Keith and Lambert, I do want to remind members of the public, you have 2 minutes to address the council, and the timer is on the screen behind me.
So take 2:30.
Yes. So, good evening, everyone. My name is Aki Ramirez. I am representing CYC, but right now I am representing LGBT Youth Center. I am a youth, actually. I'm 16 years old, and I come from Elk Grove to use this space. And for me to be in there and seeing the budget cuts, I mean, it's frightening because I don't know where would I go. I mean, I use therapy for there. I have mental health, and I mean, for me as a queer person, I'm gender fluid. And it's frightening to see that they're getting rid of some things, sections are cutting off, and for me, I mean, at times I feel like hopeless, and sometimes I just feel I wanna kill myself, suicide, and the thing is, that place gives me hope and joy, and it's wonderful to be there, and I choose the section 1, I choose the first person who spoke here, because it's hard to be by myself. That community is my family. I'm in foster care right now. I'm by myself, but that place is hope for me to be living. Thank you.
Speaker is Lambert, then Matt Worthy, then Josh Raphael, then Kaylee Tran.
Now, I'm hoping that the Sacramento Bee, the Sacramento News and Review, and the Sacramento Observer needs to step it up too. Now, the Grant High School Patients football team won the state championship, and when they came into these chambers, I was here. And what did I tell them? When you finish taking your photo op, you let me step in there. And what did I ask for? For those of you who don't know what it's like to win it all, to the victor go the spoils. The Kings know nothing about winning it all, neither does the Sacramento Republic. No, it has nothing to do with mockery. We're talking about winning it all.
That's right.
And these are teenagers.
That's right.
What did I say? What did I say when I came up here? You should be paying attention, coach. You should be helping with this. For instance, when you win it all, you should have a parade. The city of Sacramento never gave these teenagers a parade. They never did give them any tickets to go see the Kings play. They never did give them banquets. They never gave them anything. And by the way, some of them graduated last week, so they'll never have a parade because they've gone on. And this $17 million, a lot of it comes from candidates. This type of money should be coming to Del Paso Heights because of what they're doing for this city. They're making this city look great. And you mean to tell me you can't find money to give these teenagers what I just stated? I was here when you were doing your photo ops, and I said, what about job applications?
I lived here a long time, all the years today. another year. I got something coming in my house. Gun. I can't get you a report. I get it in front of you. I want to go to the FDA, that you got corruption in your law enforcement. Very serious corruption. You got some of the best that I've met in your law enforcement. Sad to have the corruption that you have here, and nobody has this corruption. It's sad that you can't get a report back for 6 weeks. And of course, now, at the camera and audit in that camera, you could have people sit down and get that out. But you should rely on those shit. It should be data you use today. Why do you use that data tonight to help with that? It's because you get leaders, no leadership, no management. So people should be in jail, they'll make decisions. Corruption. Why is the corruption there and you accept it? Why do you get no awards? It's corruption here. Because we don't have the people in the city, the neighborhood, stand up because they are on a little rent. You go back, I told the previous man, you cannot make it all kinds of funds. You gotta invest. You don't have the wealth in this town, that personal investments, that people are poor here and they're doing anything for a dollar.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. My name is Joshua Salt and I reside in District 8. I'm 18 years old and I'm here as a youth advocate representing the Reclamation Project in 916. That is a 100% youth-run grassroots social justice organization dedicated to supporting the marginalized communities within Sacramento County and throughout the state of California. Now, I'm here today to remind us of who this fund is for and to think of what support of this fund means long-term. As someone who works closely with our most vulnerable community, these being my friends, family, neighbors, I'm grateful that efforts are being made through this budget to support our youth, but these efforts can only continue with the full support of this fund, as building up our youth, our future community leaders, is something that can only happen with time and attention. Now, we need to focus on making sure this fund is one that truly invests in the future of our community, not just one-time solutions. We need to make sure that it is with the city's full intention that the goals put in place through this our youth in mind. The city has a duty to invest in preventative rather than reactive actions.
That's right.
We must focus on ensuring the future of our youth, the ones who will be inheriting this community and who will tend to it. If we do not plan for long-term investment now, future generations will be left to correct the consequences with no foundation to build off of to do so. Yes. Our young people are our future and our present. How we respond today will define how safe, equitable, and livable our city is for decades to come. Please ensure the general fund includes equitable youth investments and prioritizes youth violence prevention, mental health, and homelessness prevention. I thank you for your time and leadership. I believe we can make lasting progress with thoughtful, forward-looking investments.
Wow.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. My name is Kaylee Tran, and I'm an incoming senior at Sheldon High School. I was born and raised in Sacramento. As a resident who is part of the developing generation that will be responsible for Sacramento in only a few decades, I'm here today to urge us all to think about the long-term impact of this budget. I appreciated seeing the council's support in facilitation of our growth by restoring violence prevention funding and protecting schools that support equity and inclusion. It gives youth like myself reason to become better people and build a better future. We can't just focus on one-time solutions. Without support systems and available resources, many are left with no choice but to rely on crime and violence to make it out of their unfortunate situation. These are preventative and cost-effective solutions that provide a restorative path for youth to thrive and become the productive citizens of Sacramento that we need. If we continue to prioritize short-term fixes and reactive spending, future generations will inherit the consequences, both fiscal and social.
Pay attention, pay attention, pay attention.
Is that the legacy that this council wants to leave?
This budget deficit is not just a financial issue, it's a moral one. Please ensure the general fund includes equitable youth investments and prioritizes youth violence prevention. Thank you for your time and leadership.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Listen to our youth. Listen to our youth.
That's right.
Earlier, we talked about Pride Month and Gun Violence Awareness Month. So I know that this council supports these things, but show us in your investment.
That's right.
Don't just say that you care about youth and families, show us in the budget.
Yes.
The reality is that if you wanted to, you could actually fund all of these youth programs. All of them.
Right.
Measure L was never enough, and I can't imagine if we didn't have Measure L, what baseline we would even have. Measure L is not enough.
It's not.
It is less than 1% of our budget.
That's right.
So you all talked about supporting our youth and families, but instead of investing in our youth, you are increasing the police budget while
That's
making
right.
significant cuts to youth parks and community enrichment. To programs that are actually employing our young people, preventing crime, and making our neighborhoods beautiful and safer. Investment in prevention saves us money, and it is fiscal responsibility. I am disappointed that this council did not explore all options when only one Councilmember Vang, dared to evaluate reallocating police vacancies, and we know that there are inefficiencies and mismanagement of those overtime funds. It shouldn't take courage to evaluate all options on the table. This is the minimum of your job as a policymaker. So please be a responsible policymaker. And that means being transparent. We've been waiting weeks for you all to consider these two scenarios. So if there is something else that's floating around that we, the public, have not been aware of, that is a breach of community trust.
That's right.
Fund all of us.
Our next speaker is Sandra Bang, then Marbella Sala, then April Chavez.
Good evening, Mayor McCarty and council members. My name is Sandra Bing, and I'm a youth organizer with Long Independent Politics. I am from District 8. I want to take a moment to express gratitude towards the organizers behind the Sacramento Children's Fund and our commissioners for holding down the work. They truly have the youth's best interests in mind. At times when things feel uncertain at the federal level, it's even more critical that we protect our local investments in young people. These funds are created with a purpose, and using these funds as a replacement not only breaks trust, but also puts our future at jeopardy. Aside from the two scenarios that was presented a few weeks ago, there has been news that there's a third scenario floating around right now, and it's really important that that's occurring, that we're transparent and staying true to the SIP still. Please not further delay getting funds out to our community. Thank you for your time and happy Pride.
I just realized that when I come up here, I don't introduce myself. I'm Marbella, and I'm the Measure U Commissioner for District 3 and also President of our Land Rent Neighborhood Association. I'm here just to reiterate what I said last time, a couple weeks ago. But I also want to just commend Darrell Roberts for acknowledging the fact that he ranked #1 because he had the infrastructure to complete that application. He had the wherewithal to do it. And he also acknowledged that smaller community-based organizations that are doing difficult work, that are doing the work in the community, didn't have the infrastructure to respond to an application that was designed, I don't know if it was consultant or whoever. The application was designed as a barrier to those smaller community organizations. And I hope that you deliberate and take that into consideration and make some modifications. And my last point, it still is a shame that we read the land acknowledgement of the importance of being on Native American land, yet not one Native American community-based youth organization is receiving this money. And that's a shame.
then Maximilian Rosa.
Hi there, my name is April Javist. I'm with the Sacramento Literacy Foundation. I want to thank the staff and the supervisors for allocating funds to our organization to our culturally relevant book giveaway for patients 0 to 5 at WellSpace in scenario 1. WellSpace primarily serves low-income, undocumented, and homeless patients, which is why we're working with them. Research shows that reading is correlated with nearly every positive and negative life outcome, including mental health, employment, and incarceration. I know all things that people here are concerned about. Research also shows that books in the home is as important to a child's college trajectory as their parents' education and job attainment level. So right now, more kids cannot read at grade level than can in Sacramento. Councilmember Bang, I would like to thank you for your leadership on this initiative. I really appreciated the words you had to.
Yes.
Mayor and Council, thank you for your partnership in getting kids ready to read, and I look forward to working with you over the years.
Thank you for your comments. Maximilian Rosa, then Nadia Nazi. I have 10 more speakers.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. I know many of you through the work I do in the community. I'm the Director of Sustainability for Sierra Service Project, the CEO for Shroom House Mycology. We're opening up a mushroom farm in Rogers District, my neighborhood where I grew up in Del Paso Heights. And I'm one of the Measure U Community Advisory Commissioners as well. I had some remarks prepared, but I'm going to speak from the heart tonight because I'm feeling very motivated by some of the youth who commented earlier. We are being recommended for funding, and we're very grateful for that. Also, the scale of funding available is very minimal. I've spent a lot of my career grant writing to fund the work in my community that needs to be done because a lot of opportunities just don't exist for us in North Sac, South Sac, and many communities across the city. The scale of work that needs to be done to address issues of youth, which I've spent my career focused on because as a youth, many of those programs did not exist except for Daryl Roberts and the
That's
Robert
right.
Family Community Center. Who's been around forever. So much appreciation to the work they do in CFF. That was one of my first jobs out of college. And I'm here to say that there is a lot of collaboration that can be encouraged. I wrote our grant and we scored one of the highest scores. I'd be happy to provide technical assistance, workshops, host them in my office so folks can have enough time and opportunity to figure out how to craft a compelling and strong narrative. That will still not address the issue of there not being enough funding for everybody. I say this as somebody who asked for the absolute maximum, that I'd be willing to sacrifice some of our money to make sure some of these other organizations can get funding as well. The last point that I need to make to the young lady who said she considers suicide is that we love you and we are here for you and we are fighting for you.
All day.
Nadia, then Heather Hayes.
Good afternoon, employees and city council members. My name is Nadia Bianchi, and I currently serve as the vice chair of Sacramento County's Juvenile Justice Commission. I've also been a resident of District 7 for over 30 years. I've spent much of my life working to support young people in our community, particularly those facing the most difficult and vulnerable circumstances. In my role, I work closely with youth, navigating complex challenges, aging out of foster care, re-entering society after involvement with the justice system, or struggling to find stability with family or community support. These young people aged 16 to 24 are often the most at risk, including LGBT youth, youth of color, and those with histories of trauma and disconnection. Without meaningful intervention, too many of them will fall into cycles of homelessness, incarceration, and unemployment. To address this, I founded FITRA 7 years ago, a nonprofit based in Sacramento that provides paid job training, life skills development, and long-term mentorship. FITRA is one of the most innovative, impactful programs we have in Sac County. What makes us different is our approach. We don't focus on managing problems through mediation or crisis response. We help youth become their own solution.
That's right.
We propose expansion, including critical education on issues that includes their life, including drug and violence prevention workshops. Despite our proven track record and deep community roots, I was disappointed to see that FITRA was not included on either of the funding scenarios presented to the City Council. I respectfully urge the City Council to revisit the allocation of
Measure L funds, even partial support, will allow us to continue delivering hands-on training, structure, and mentorship to youth who are too often left behind. Due to the recent federal funding cuts, we are at risk of losing essential resources to keep our program running. This is a critical moment, not just for our organization, but for the youth who rely on us to help them navigate a way forward.
Thank you for your comments. Our next speaker is Heather Hayes and Michael Moulton.
Good evening, Mayor and council members. My name is Heather Hayes, the Executive Director of the Greenhouse in District 3. I'd like to speak to both the budget and to Measure L. I want to thank you for the great questions that you asked last meeting about Measure L and the work that you've done since in response. One thing I've been thinking about since the last council that stuck with me is that there were no Native and Indigenous CEOs for efforts on scenario 1 or 2. There are many tribes that we acknowledge at the beginning of each city meeting to express gratitude and honor to the many tribes who have stewarded the lands that we live on for generations upon generations. And to put this gratitude into action, to reciprocate in some ways, I would ask the council to prioritize funding these CBOs in the budget and in Measure L's distribution. And I also appreciated the comment made by Julie Roden from Stanford Settlement, who observed that 85% of applicants for Measure L were CBOs, and agree that it makes sense to offer 85% of the funding accordingly to the most vulnerable and marginalized youth in our community along those lines. And finally, it has already been raised by many on the council and our youth here, that the youth are the future, who are going to be sitting here on the dais in the future. And so I would ask that the budget reflects this critical investment in our youth in the future.
I'm Michael Milner, the representative Red Boy. Off top, I want to say it's crazy that y'all thinking about giving the police the drug money. You know, after years of arresting people for selling drugs and then turn around and give them the drug money, y'all need to give that to the youth. Okay, it's either you give it to the youth programs or the youth is gonna be programmed in the juvenile hall, jail, or prison, or dead. You know, the Robinson Center changed my life for the better. You know, I worked there when I was young. That was my first job. You know, amongst others, Daryl Roberts is a great mentor, and you know what I mean. Its after school programs was real good. There was tutors there. It was help. You know, you play basketball. You know, a lot of people grew up. You know, that you stayed out of trouble. A lot of I put my sons there. They played basketball there. St. Paul, we played basketball there. That's was a good place. And then moved to Del Paso Heights, and it's still a great place. And I want to just let y'all know that y'all need to put the funding to the youth, you know, because without giving it to the youth, it's like idle time is a devil's playground. You know what I'm talking about? That's where all this violence is going on. We don't want to fund the police to put our kids in jail. We want to fund programs to keep our children out of jail. We need good shots. We need bail programs. We need all kinds of different things. Because what if California separates from everybody? It looks like we might even separate from Trump. What if we become our own country? We need to train our children up right. They are the future. We need more programs to stop the violence and to help the youth. That's all I'd like to say. Thank you all very much.
Amber?
Oh, my pictures.
Amber? Just calling Amber Abu Soft.
I thought you said Amber Stop.
Pardon me?
I thought you said Amber Stop.
I did. Please proceed.
Food Literacy Center started right here in Sacramento at a school in Oak Park. As the founder and CEO, I am excited to announce that this year we reached 23 schools, just 14 years later. And the Sacramento Children's Fund grant offers an opportunity to make significant progress on our goal to expand. Over the course of the grant, we plan to double our reach. and our nonprofit is significantly poised for growth. We are currently the most requested after-school program in Sac City Unified, and we serve all of the schools in Roble Unified. And we have a wait list of schools that are interested in our programs across the city. Demand for our program is high because it works and kids love it. In a community with a 40% childhood obesity rate, which primarily strikes children who don't have enough to eat, our program offers a food justice solution that builds both healthy habits and resilience. Our solution to this problem received a high score because we have years of successful delivery under our belt. Our program works. 94% of our students fearlessly taste a new fruit or vegetable every week in our hands-on cooking and nutrition program. Kids tell us that the favorite part of our program is getting to try new foods. In the most recent school year, we reached Sacramento students in districts 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, and 8. We're eager to do even more at a time when the need for our programs is at an all-time high. So thank you for your consideration of the Sacramento.
Thank you for your comments. Ayub, and then Swallow.
Good evening to the Vice Mayor and all council members. I'm here to represent Petra. I'm a volunteer there, and pretty much we're a nonprofit organization that helps youth who are coming out of detention centers or juvenile to stay out of homelessness, and we give them paid jobs and show them how to get a paid job and keep it. We lost our funding due to the federal funding cuts, and right now we're having a hard time staying open. Any funding would be appreciated. We didn't make it to scenario 1 or 2. It's really hard right now with the way things are. We don't have an AC system in our warehouse, so that's kind of hurting the youth in the summer, but as of right now, any funding would be great. I'm here to ask the Vice Mayor, Mayor, or any of the council members for help, and it would be muchly appreciated. Thank you.
Polito and Barry Active.
Good evening, City Council members. My name is Warren Guido, and I'm here as a lifelong resident and member of our LGBTQ+ community, and to show strong support for the Sacramento LGBT Community Center when considering investments on this measure and future project allocations. Thank you to Councilmember Bang for emphasizing the need to back resolutions with meaningful financial and budget support, and thank you to Katie Maple, Councilmember Maple, and Councilmember Kaplan for bringing forward this resolution celebrating LGBT Pride Month and LGBT people. I don't believe this is purely coincidence that along with funding for our youth, we're hearing on the same evening and exploring this resolution. As a city that proudly became the first to declare itself as a sanctuary city for trans people, Sacramento carries a responsibility, not just a symbolic one, but tangible commitments to safety, equity, and support for LGBT youth. We know the statistics surrounding LGBTQ regarding mental health, suicidality, and about the dangers our youth face when they do not have learning spaces. But beyond the numbers are real people. Young people, a few from what you heard tonight, who need our support now more than ever. The Sacramento LGBT Community Center is one of the only places in our region where LGBTQ youth can access culturally competent mental health care, affirming services, and community. As federal funding continues to be stripped away, we need our city to step in and step up. I urge you, honor your sanctuary city commitment, not just in words, but in action. Include the LGBT Community Center in our city's budget for youth and mental health, because our youth can't wait, and they deserve more. They deserve to survive, and they deserve to thrive. Thank you for your time, your leadership, your consideration, hopefully your support, including the Sacramento LGBTQ Community Center and the investments.
Thank you for your comments. I have 3 more speakers,
You must have rehearsed that
then
right to the
Alberto
second.
Ronaldo.
Good evening, City Council members.
Let's go, Barry.
Barry Active, voice of the youth.
I'm founder and CEO. I stand here more than frustrated, but disappointed that time and time again, you know, we have to fight for the crumbs of the city to save our youth. To continuously have to go back and forth with other deserving organizations that do the work, and to be in this pit of fire to figure out who can have the best narrative on paper, but sometimes that doesn't translate in the real work on the ground and on the floor with people that really do the work on a day-to-day basis. I'd rather get your funding than get your recognition. I don't need awards, I just need the funding and the support. And if individuals are telling me, because each one of the districts I have youth there that participate in the Voice of Youth program, each one of the districts I've probably done a video there. I've supported families. So I'm being patted on the shoulder and being told you're doing a great job, thank you for all that you've done for our youth. Well, where does that show in the funding? Where does that show in the support? We're in June, and we're in the middle of mayhem when it comes to violence with our youth, and we still have no funding for any programming. Bodies upon bodies, vigils upon vigils. I can promise that I've probably been on more vigils than I probably went to graduations, and I went to a lot of graduations. But the frustration is we know every year what is going to happen. Around April, May, things start sparking up. For the simple fact that we always have to come back to this table and fight for funding, and we all have to be pit against each other to get funding. It's asinizing, it's diabolical, it's frustrating, it's not fair. Everyone, and I clearly say everyone should be funding. Stop showing us that you do not care about our youth.
Thank you for your comments. Your time is up, please.
I'm gonna talk to you on some real. We want to talk in the hallway before we can kind of blend up.
Is that? That's fine.
My name is Albert Regalado. I'm the president of Sacramento United Soccer Club. We serve over 1,000 kids each year, kids from all over the city. I'm here, first of all, to thank you for investing in our youth, as they are the key to our future. I think we all agree on that. Here to support utilizing Measure L funds to replace the all-weather field over at Granite Regional Park, as it will offer many benefits to the greater Sacramento community, youth, and the Sacramento United Soccer Club in furthering our mission. Here's some ways we foresee that funding benefiting everyone, relating to everything we've been hearing about today, entirely for you. Measure L Sacramento aims to support programs and services for children and youth under 25 years old. Key goals of Measure L: support mental health and emotional health of children and youth. This involves providing mental health counseling. We have a mental health research page trying to normalize the discussion and remove stigma. We believe that participation in sports like soccer can have significant positive benefits to mental health, reducing stress and anxiety for young people. We believe that we help to prevent youth violence through engagement, discipline, promoting an active lifestyle. We provide all these resources through our programs. We are educators, we just as educators who utilize soccer as a tool to better prepare our youth for the world ahead. This field allows us to provide resources year-round to many low-income families. We keep many kids safe and off the streets. We do this through our leadership opportunities and our youth mentorship programs. We have work programs for the kids to get real-life experience and work experience there. We work in partnership with the city, utilizing the facility that we maintain with pride, and we really have a sense of home there. So once again, we want to thank you for the.
Thank you for your comments. Our next speaker is Kim.
Hi, my name is Kim. I have two children, both boys, and they belong to Sacramento United as well. I wanted to come here tonight to provide you a little bit more of a background to our club. Statistically, our club is broken down in terms of 63% are minority. About 49% of the club members are Hispanic and Latinos. In addition to that, 47% of our members reside in a Title I area. So in that sense, you can tell that we definitely need your support and your consideration for Measure L for our club. Thank you.
Thank you for your comment. Thanks so much. Well, I can up to speed, but I'm sitting in the vice chair. Anybody want to go first or? All right, cool. All right, so I recognize that tonight is a decade in the making, a lot of ballot initiatives that went through to get us to where we're at today. So I just want to thank everybody for coming out 2 weeks in a row to have this conversation. The Sacramento Children's Fund City team, thank you for doing your best to navigate, to be fair, to be transparent, to not have bias, to just like be a stickler to the charter and what was passed by the voters, and to the commission where we all selected different commissioners in our community to advocate for these funds. I just want to make clear that 2 weeks ago, when the scenarios were presented to us, scenario 1, 2, and then we had the committee member send us scenario 3, the 2 scenarios that city staff gave us that day were strictly examples of what was possible. Something for us to react to as mayor and council. And I just feel like a lot of those scenarios gave organizations the impressions that they would be receiving a certain amount of money and that it was set in stone. But at that council meeting, we were still having those conversations because it was our first opportunity to see who applied, what their score was, what their priority was, and at that time, we didn't have the description of what these programs would do, us as mayor and council, because there was no summary, which is why I requested for it to be continued so that I can know and understand what the programs were that were being evaluated. And today, obviously, there's going to be people that walk away thinking, hey, I lost some money, or hey, I gained some money, or hey, I just was never even considered because of, the ability to write grants. And I think that there's no easy scenario or any whole mayor and council happy. And each of us has had the ability to ask staff to create, different scenarios based on geography, fund goals, and districts. And we can do our best to balance the fund goals and districts equitably. And so this is the question for us today. I mean, we have the 2 scenarios. We can create our own tonight of what we would like to see. And I think that the questions that we ask ourselves is, do we pick one of the fund goals and funnel all the money to that fund goal in this round based on the highest scoring applicants? Do we pick one of the most underserved districts and funnel all the money there for this go round? Philosophically, do you choose fewer organizations who get more money or more organizations who get less money? So instead of the 80%, do you pick 70%, do you pick 60%? And if you pick 60%, then you're able to fund more nonprofit organizations that apply, more nonprofit organizations that maybe didn't have the ability to write fancy grants, which last time we had this conversation, we heard that from everybody here saying hey, the people that don't have professional grant writers just didn't score as well as the people that do. So if we decrease the percentage of our nonprofits of who is getting money from 80% to 70% or 60, then it could give the opportunity for some of the lower scoring nonprofits to get some money. And that's a decision that we can make here tonight. Do we give less percentage of the ask or more? And then some organizations requested the most. Some organizations applied for $1.5 million, while some organizations applied for $300,000. And then the ones that did score for 1.5, sometimes those are the ones that have more professional grant writers and are getting more money. And that leaves out the $300,000 grant application of that really tiny small nonprofit that did the best to their ability. And so I think that as we deliberate today, council comments and questions and move forward as the next step, that's a question for all of us to ask. Do we go with one of the scenario staff has already presented? Or do we say, hey, we want to fund more nonprofits? And maybe we reduce the percentage of 80%, 70% of what they requested. And so I do believe that the process can be better. As mentioned, there's small organizations that were left out, and we can do this again in 3 years and make some changes and work with the commission to help set these parameters. There was 5 categories that we could have chosen from. from 0 to 5, gun violence, really learning, you know, in what, I think for the next time, the commission should focus on like, hey, which of the 5 priorities that people can apply for funds do we want to focus on? Gun violence today, we passed a resolution on that, so maybe we should have focused more of the money, 40% of the money to gun violence versus only 20% to 0 to 5. And so for the future, I think we need to be more thoughtful on this so that everybody kind of understands the direction of what we're looking for and the values of the city of Sacramento, and to be able to just be more fair and transparent as well. So, yeah.
Mayor Beck. Thank you, Vice Mayor Talamantes. I didn't queue up because we have a proposal in front of us that was given by your staff, and so I was hoping that you would explain this proposal before I make my comments. But I'm happy to make my comments, and then if you want to present your proposal, that would be great, just because I want to have a better understanding of it.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, so if you can propose, if you can present that, because it was just given to us on the dais, so that we can share that with the community, that would be great.
Okay, cool. So I worked with Councilmember Dickinson on a proposal that allowed for that reduced the community. So right now, the community-based organizations that were listed in scenario 1 were being funded at 80%. And so I thought, why not give an opportunity to more organizations and fund them all at 60% instead of the 80%? And if we did the 60% of the awarded, it allows for 3 new organizations to also get a bite at the apple, and maybe more can.
Thanks, Mindy. If you can pull that up, that'd be great so the public can see it. Thank you.
Deb, can we have document camera, please? It's basically like scenario 1, except for we reduced it from 80% of the organizations getting money to 60%, and that allowed for 3 new organizations to be eligible.
Where's that to? That's it? Okay, so I'll make okay, thank you.
I guess I'll just repeat it.
Okay.
So right now, staff has 2 scenarios. And the first scenario is 80% of nonprofits being funded at the level that they were asked. If we do it 60%, it allows for 3 more organizations to get a bite to the pie. If that's okay with my council colleagues, great.
No.
Oh, because we were trying to figure out how to incorporate grassroots into grassroots organizations, because last time we had a lot of council colleagues say, hey, we want grassroots organizations to be able to like get more funds, but they got more points through the grant application funding for being grassroots.
Thank you. I'll just point of order, Vice Mayor Talamantes, so that you don't have to respond back to the audience, but I know this is the debate among the council now, so just wanted to. Okay, so just a few things. So first I just want to say thank you to all the young people and community organizations who showed up today. I am always inspired by our young people because you all give me the courage to do the work that we do every single day. So I just really want to say that you are all brilliant, intelligent, beyond measures, and I'm just grateful that you were able to have the ability to show up in this space and share your experiences. I know that this vote was delayed 2 weeks ago because we wanted to make sure as mayor and council, if we had more questions, if we wanted other scenarios, what would that look like? And so I did support the delay of the vote in particular, and wanted to be a good team player to ensure that all my colleagues had all the information they had. And so we are here today. It is 3 years since the passing of Measure L. And I just want to thank the Oversight Commission, all the commissioners that I see in the room today. Thank you for all your hard work. And I also just want to take this time to thank Renee, Julie, and Jennifer again for your hard work. I want to acknowledge that the process isn't perfect. there are critiques that I have about the process as well. And I know that there are many lessons learned, and I'm hoping that we will apply those lessons learned to improve the process. And I'll provide those comments shortly in terms of how we can improve. But I really just want to take a moment to say thank you again to the young people who worked really hard, because they knocked on doors, campaigning so that we could force the mayor and council to set aside funding for young people. And as I shared before, many young people who fought for this, fought for the ballot measure and fought for this funding, or many of them are actually no longer youth themselves, they are now parents. So as I will share, and you heard from the comments, the Sacramento Schools Fund makes up less than 1% of our annual budget, and our young people deserve so much more than minimal support. They deserve all the opportunities in the world and consistent investment. And so, I shared 2 weeks ago that, I was hoping that there would be organization in Meadowview and Valley High that would score high, and that wasn't the case. Right, so I was a little bit disappointed. But I also, took a moment to step back and recognize that, what I don't want happening is that we're pitting youth programs versus youth programs. I said this last time, but I do believe that we're still fighting for crumbs, right? Next item on the agenda.
Paid to play a damn video game.
Y'all will stay for that item to see Gertrude.
And video games at work.
In terms of the proposal in front of us, I really do appreciate Councilmember Talamantes submitting scenario 3. And I will also say that scenario 1 and 2 is not perfect, right? Like I shared earlier, there are lessons learned that we need to apply for the funding round in 2027. And I did just get this literally right before the council, so I did get a chance to just scan it and analyze it a little bit. And I do have some comments about why I would not support scenario 3, and why I would still support scenario 1, even though not perfect, because there's a lot of adjustment and improvements that needs to be made. One, I believe, 2 weeks
A big
ago,
waste of money pit. It's ridiculous.
we only have $1.
The way this city is run behind the scenes and in front of the scenes is ridiculous.
And this proposal actually,
Everybody in this room is begging for money from the city and ignoring their responsibility to God.
I just want to stress
I know they're serving God, but if you're not going to network with your fellow man that's out there thriving, and you're doing it for yourself, I'm willing to network with anybody in this room that's on a positive level doing stuff for the youth, for the homeless, for the elderly, for the veterans, for the crazy people, for anybody in this room. Period.
What mayor and this council
But
voted
people,
on, which is to
they
ensure
lie.
that we also support.
They say, I want to work with you. I'll call you. Let's do lunch. Let's see. What's your ideas? That's all they want.
But they follow the
More
process.
ideas to come in here and try and thrive and get more money
That category, right? And so,
to fulfill their own fantasy.
if we go with this option up here, we actually would not be in line with the SIP, which was recommended by our commission and voted by us, by mayor and council. And then lastly, I just want to say there is no perfect scenario. But what I will say is that there is a better scenario. And the better scenario is ensuring that all of the investment that we want, because we're saying, how many fund buckets can we fund? How many youth programs can we fund? The best scenario is making sure that, our ask and those investments that we want to see be reflected in the general budget. That's the best scenario. I do believe, however, that this round of this process in particular does need improvement, and just some requests to staff in particular. After this round and when council votes on this, I do believe that we need a more in-depth analysis of the entire RFP process. There should actually be a report that comes back to the commission and the council about what lessons were learned so that we can make adjustment for the next round. I would
And also,
actually like to make a
can you tell an officer not play video games?
on the diet right now, but I would like to make a motion to support scenario
Can you tell an officer not play video games while they work?
Staff work with
Man, please do. The more important things. Ain't too much damn money to be playing a video game.
report in-depth analysis of the entire RFP process, report to the commission and the council of lessons learned so that we can make changes in the second round. And then at the same time, I would actually also like to request staff to work with their commissions to better define strategies. And I say define strategies in terms of fund goal because while these dollars, the intent of these dollars were to reach our most vulnerable youth impacted by violence, poverty, and trauma. And I'm not saying that the organizations that are going to be funded, that they're not doing that. right? But I want to ensure that that really is happening. And how you do that is by being more specific in the strategic investment plan, by laying out perhaps the strategies of what we need to do to reach those groups in particular. So if justice involves youth only, 45, then it is, right? And so I would love to see a more specific definition of the fund goals, and obviously leaning on our thought partners on the commission to help us, to help guide that. And so those will be my recommendation. I think we should move forward with scenario 1, while not perfect, apply lessons learned with those directions. So those are my comments, and I hope that my colleagues will support scenario 1 moving forward. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Councilmember Banks. Councilmember Maple seconds that, and Mayor Pro Tem Garza.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. I was going to second that motion as well. One issue here, I think I would ask maker of the motion and second would also ask as part of the direction to find the time to review the SIP as well, and both at the commission level and council. Is that if they concur, Vice Mayor?
Yes, I accept. Absolutely. I think it should come back to it should go to the commission first, because I think our commissioners probably have a lot to say about the process, and then it can come back to the council. But yeah, I think we do need to apply lessons learned so that we can move this process.
Very good. And I think that first of all, I think that the scenario that was presented today, without putting any judgment on the approach, just the sheer point that it cuts out the emerging applicants or emerging CBOs that goes against the SIP that we voted on.
That's right.
And I'd ask if we could, the crowd, please allow the council to deliberate here too. But the important thing here is that if we approve a SIP, that was on the council. So if we're going to not concur with the SIP, then we need to change the SIP. And there are other things that the council has said that they don't agree with after the review. So I think it's important for us to make sure that as we're moving forward, we give a clear direction to the commission on how they're graded, because if not, it's not fair to the commission or the applicants. They're going off of the scoring standard that we voted on. So right. I think that's the important thing there, is that the clarity and transparency. Under this scenario, frankly, my council district would actually gain by I think $500,000. And but again, that wouldn't be fair to the applicants and the work that the commission has done to put together a proposal here and what the staff has proposed. I obviously have concerns about how the SIP is divided up on the percentage standpoint, particularly for those that are other entities that have a lot deeper pockets than the city of Sacramento. So to me, I think that's definitely an area to resolve. And also, in the future, I hope that the commission and the council put a much greater weight on the issue of supporting the areas of 0 to 5 as well. Because I think what occurred here under the scenario, under the best scenario, and there's no perfect scenario, is that what occurred is exactly what I mentioned occurred before, which is that there are very few advocates for those who work in the 0 to 5 realm, and that tends to happen all the time. So I'll leave it at that. Thank you, Councilmember Vang, for this effort, and again, I think for many of the other organizations that have taken the step forward to support that, and then finally, we heard some remarks here from folks that are at Redmond Regional Park, and I know some of our youth that were out here today already left, because they also had soccer practice later tonight. And to show you how this facility actually goes late into the night, because now that we have actually lights in there. That, by the way, the parents cobbled together some money with the city to actually put together. The importance of also maintaining our public facilities that help youth year-round. And so on that point, I do want to thank the Vice Mayor for recognizing the need to be supporting our city and public facilities, because without those, then we actually don't have the infrastructure to support you too. So glad to support the motion, and thank you all the staff and the CPOs for the work that they put here today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And to turn your point to city staff, did the commission get the opportunity to weigh in on this at all post the scoring?
No, for the charter, it's not part of their commission duties power.
Alright, sounds good, Councilmember Hall.
Thank you, Madam Vice Mayor. I will be brief because I know we still have another big item before us, which is the budget. But I wanted to start by thanking the staff. I know this is, this is the first time around. So I just want to thank you for all your work, for staying true to the process and for working with everyone. I know it hasn't been easy. There's a lot of different opinions about what should be done or not. I'm sure you can talk to as many people, get as many different opinions. And so just thank you for your work. It doesn't go unnoticed. I also want to thank Councilor for all of your efforts over many, many years and many others on this dais too, to make this a reality. It's first time. I think we're gonna learn a lot. And so I really, obviously second the motion, but say I really support the idea of going back to our commission as often as we can, getting feedback from them, because that is their role. And so with that, I also want to thank my Commissioner Davon. Thank you for being here, even though it's at 8:30 p.m. at night. And so, I think that there's some difficult choices here, and maybe there was no one best way of doing it, but I think scenario one is the best way we should move forward now, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what comes out from an analysis of the process moving forward. I also want to thank Mayor Talamantes for thinking outside the box too. I know that this gives me a lot of different opinions, myself included, about do you have smaller CPOs, do you not, do you fund this fully, do you not, how much goes towards the city, how much goes towards CPOs, it's a challenge, and I think we'll learn a lot over the years, so thank you for being willing to do that. And so with that, those are my comments, thank you.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Thank you, Vice Mayor. As I was with Councilmember Bang 2 weeks ago, I was ready to move forward on scenario one, and I'll just reiterate what I think does need to be said. Thank you to staff. This was created from nothing. It was created from advocacy, and it was created from words. Words don't always equal a process that is easily understood, that accomplishes what we want the words to accomplish. So it is, and I think we should take this as a learning model. I don't think anybody I asked staff a lot of questions. Renee knows this. I probe and I asked why. Why this way? Why that way? My Commissioner Gina will know I sent her a lot of questions. Why did the commission do this? What was the commission doing? Did the commission do this? Why did you think this way? Because it is important, we as the city have said, that our commissioners should have a voice and should represent the community. And so it's also important, knowing the background of my commissioner and why I appointed her, that her opinion matters. She did have a chance to look at the brief scenario 3 and got back to me and said that doesn't meet the intent of what we as a commission and what I believe as a commission we want to do. So it's not only that I think it's important when a new proposal is brought up that I have an opinion, but my commissioner who spent all that time working with staff has an opinion, because they dealt with this day in and day out, and we gave them that, charge to do that. I'm in agreement with the motion in the second, as well as looking at the SIP, because I have questions. Specifically, as we look at public other entities, good for Sac City for applying, but 40% of our children live north of the river. Did somebody reach out to Thomas Unified, Robla, or Twin Rivers? But just as many unhoused and homeless children. Why should only Sac City get the benefit? And don't get me wrong, this is a gripe I have had in the 2 decades I spent as a Natomas Unified School Board member. Natomas gets ignored and Sac City gets everything because everybody forgets about north of the river. So is it fair just because Sac City is bigger and had matching funds? But isn't that also the responsibility, and this is me having spent 2 decades as a school board member, isn't it my job as a school board member, when you're an elected school board member, to take care of your unhoused kids that you get special federal funding and additional funding for? So why are we spending our city money to help another elected public body do the job that they should already be doing and investing in? That's a policy policy question that I think we need to dig into as a set. Because I don't believe that creates equity, you know, and I'm very different. I get I'm a council member, but what are our school districts doing to fund to help their most neediest? And that's where I go back to where Councilmember Guerra brought in 0 to 5. That could be more of our avenue that we look at, because those kids generally are not in school except for TK maybe at 4. So you look at the 0 to 4 and what's being done, because we know that first 5 are the most important years when we talk about literacy and safety and trauma and making sure these kids grow up and don't have the violence and trauma in their life so that they can make good decisions. So I am very supportive when we review the SIP, and I want, because I know several commissioners are here, we really gotta talk. Do school districts and does the county of Office of Education, should they be eligible to get some of this funding?
No.
Because a significant amount of funding went to Sac City and went to Scully, great programs, fully supportive of those programs. But was that really the intent of Measure L when they have a significant amount of budget and should be doing this? Or should they be lumped in with CEOs? You know, like, but that's a conversation I think needs to be had with SIPs as we look at that. Because I will tell you, while I am supportive of scenario 1, I do have a heartburn, not because I don't support what Sac City and Scully is doing, but we're taking our money that we should be doing for Sac City kids and for the time they're not in school. I really believe if we're to make the maximum, we've got to look at the time they're not in school and fund that. It is an alignment when we fund the SIP to make sure we have emerging and grassroots. And I will go back and say this because I specifically asked my commissioner. The city did do a great job in outreach, and they did do a good job offering small and those who did not have permit grant writers to know how to fill out the application. So any suggestion otherwise to say it was racist or that the application was meant to keep people out is a flat out lie. And it's disrespectful to our city staff for the work that they did to accuse them of that. Because they're all small, there are small and emerging CDOs who did get funding that attended these presentations that learned how to fill out these applications and make it happen. So, thank you, staff. I'll get off my high horse and need to get on with the budget. Thank you for everybody for that you've done. I'm in support of scenario 1, and I really am looking forward to the data that we get and how we fund this and what happens for it.
Thank you. Councilmember Dickinson.
Thanks, Mayor. I want to give some credit here to Councilmember Salamantes, who I worked with to look at an alternative approach. Now, I want to take a step back here for him. I want to add my thanks to the staff, the commission members, all the members of the community that participate in this process. But we all have to recognize the hard reality. We don't have as much money as we would like to have to do all the things we need to do. That is the fact of life. And so we have to try to allocate the resources that we do have available in the way and manner that we think is going to achieve the greatest positive outcomes for the most in the city, children and families in the city. And so recognizing that very disdainful, if you want to look at the reality, Councilmember Salamantes tried to come up with something that expanded the reach, gave them more of a mental health focus. As it turned out, that you focus your money in one place, you focus